Cassidy on a Monday afternoon. Here it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, and Andrew Marsh will be driving the boat this week. Our guy Anthony's got the week off. Probably going to spend a nice, quiet week with the family, enjoying time together.
I thought he's in his penthouse in New York. You know, the one he always tells us about.
Yeah, I think he's got the private jet going there on Wednesday.
Okay, just him though. I mean,
it's just him. He says it's for business.
I think the parade is Thursday for the Knicks, Wednesday does make the most sense. You know, it overlooks like the entire route.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's going to be down there or just kind of hanging up at the top.
Fan.
Well known.
Yeah,
he's a helipad on top of his building, so he's probably just going to fly the helicopter.
Yeah, he usually flies into Newark because it's less busy, and then takes that helicopter over from Newark to the top of the building.
Tells us about it all the time. Like, dude, you haven't invited us, but cool.
I don't really like when he's doing the video of like showing us how it all goes down.
It's really a bit much.
It's a lot,
and it's. I'm not a hater, but
no, but I hate him in that moment.
It's like, dude, you could actually invite us to partake in some of these events, but whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, Anthony, have a great week off. We'll miss you, kind of. How about some highs and lows for your Cardinals? 2 or 3, boys. We called it.
No.
Yeah, 2 or 3 for the Twins.
Well, we called it 2 or 3 the other way.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, you guys were wrong.
Yeah. Didn't you say sweet?
No, I did not say sweet.
That was Anthony. And then he left.
Anthony said a lot of things he's going to get blamed for this week.
Not here to defend himself.
Nope.
Sorry about it.
Oh, man. So, wow. Tell you a bit of a roller coaster, right, boys? Like, because Blaze Jordan, everybody's excited, was and still is excited about that. And, I mean, he was everything you wanted him to be.
He was awesome.
It's just too bad your pitchers aren't what you need them to be.
What do you mean?
The bullpen, Carey. I don't know. It's starting to get a little concerning.
Well, we're going to start with the lows then? Okay, we start with the lows.
I was just going to talk. If you want to call it a low.
I would say if you are allowing multiple home runs in a game, that's probably not a recipe for success. I'm talking to you, Mr. Stanek. That's, you were talking about the amount of home runs allowed or the amount of runs in the bullpen. That's not great. Matthew Livertor, if you're going to allow 3 home runs as a starting pitcher, I don't think that's great either. So, long ball bit the Cardinals in the butt in games 1. It didn't hurt them too bad in game 2. They were still able to win despite Libby giving up 3 home runs. McGreevy gave up a home run yesterday. Just, keep the ball in the park. If you're going to be a pitch-to-contact staff, that contact cannot be over the fence because, Jamie, I don't know if you know this, if it goes over the fence, even if one of the fans catch it, it's still a home run.
Wait, I went and saw the Savannah Bananas, and if the fan catches it,
it's an out.
Yeah, it's different in Major League Baseball.
Different rules for the majors. If you hit it over that
really
fence.
Serious.
Yeah, if you hit it over the fence, it's going to be a home run. And the Cardinals gave up too many of those this weekend.
Maybe they thought it was a great weekend for souvenirs for the fans in Minnesota.
One way to look at it, right? They gave up a lot.
Yeah, they said, hey, it's giveaway baseball night.
Clearly. They would give it over the fence, so they get runs for it.
Yeah, Carey, when you give up runs in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th inning and you don't require a 9th inning, that's not good. That's not good.
And you're talking about game 1.
I haven't gotten past game 1 yet. I'm still a little bit upset about scoring 8 runs and losing.
Yeah. Jordan Walker was able to drive in 3 runs with his double. You go up 7-4, and then instantly that lead is dismissed. It's over. And the bullpen had its issues on Friday. I think Livertor had some issues on Saturday. Sunday,
Sunday's still the bullpen, man. Still. Even Saturday, like just a lot of things. Just
you're up 4-0 in that game on Saturday. Like, thank goodness they were able to win that game.
That was Libby. He gave up 2 solo home runs.
Absolutely.
You're allowing the team to get back into the game with the long ball, and that's unfortunate.
But I just yes, you're right, and I'm just sorry. I'm looking at it again, and you scored 9 runs on Saturday, 8 on Friday, and you needed every one of them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because they give up 6 runs again. The offense is clicking right now. That will be part of our highs, I'm pretty sure.
That might be the only high, the offense.
Well, and Blaze Jordan, I thought.
Well, he's a part of that. Yeah, it's awesome. The offense was awesome.
Well, yeah, all the runs are putting up. So our biggest low would be the pitching overall? Because it's not
I would say
just
pitching. I wouldn't just say bullpen.
Okay.
Pitching.
I don't disagree with you.
Pitching. We would prefer that the pitching gets better.
So with where the Cardinals are this season, right? Like our expectations are, well, they're in a rebuild, yada yada yada. I still find this series loss to be like slightly embarrassing.
Oh, you do?
Like the Twins are not a good baseball team. Like this team, regardless of what we think about the Cardinals going into the season, they have established themselves as one of the better teams in the National League. The record shows that. Mm-hmm. The offense, they scored like 20-plus runs this series, and you lost 2 of 3. Like, that just can't happen. I understand, again, we're in a rebuild, but to me, that just can't happen. I find it to be slightly embarrassing. Well, for the pitchers. The offense was awesome. They did their job.
I don't disagree. You scored 21 runs.
You should win that series.
And you gave up 20.
They went 3-3 on the road trip. You can make an argument they should have won every single one of those games.
Yeah, but I also will. My pushback on that would be that's where they are. Like
that's fair.
This is why when people get so excited about, oh my God, there are still a lot of things that need to be, done for this team to be a playoff contender, to be a championship contender. And a lot of it, we're seeing a lot of success from the lineup, right? Blaze Jordan came up. He had a hell of a weekend. Got his first base hit, got an RBI with that.
A huge high for them.
A huge high. Got a hit a triple, hit his first home run, made an outstanding play at first base to double off the runner. Like, he did everything that you have been wanting to see from that position. Just another addition to the lineup. I think they are doing outstanding in that department. But there's multiple facets to winning a championship. Hitting is just one of them.
Right.
You got to have really good defense. You got to have really good pitching. I think they got really good defense. But I think that the pitching department is the department that it's still not where it needs to be. But in Chaim Bloom's defense, and I don't think he needs any, that's what he spent the entire offseason getting. That's what he spent the draft getting. He did that to make sure that this team would be prepared, not for 2026, but understanding that you would start to see some of the maturation and growth from this lineup. But there's still some room to grow for the pitching staff.
I think what's frustrating for me is you're seeing the guys take that next step offensively, and I'm wishing that the pitching would sort of match that.
Yeah.
But again, that's just being selfish from my perspective as a fan. But again, I would like to see Matthew Liberatore not go, 4 1/3, or and Leahy be able to, just get some more out of him. Like those two guys specifically in this past series. I think that does have an effect on the bullpen. I know the bullpen wasn't great this weekend, but they were good, for a stretch there but they're being taxed right now because guys can't go long in starts.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Michael McGreevy. Like, what can we do to get this guy a win? My goodness.
Yeah, it would be nice. Look at the Cardinals. We talked about 21 runs, had 32 hits in 3 games. You have that many hits and that many runs in a 3-game series, you should walk away at minimum with 2 wins. And they came home with 1. So I don't know what they can do with the pitching. I don't think there's anything they can do with a rotation except for maybe bringing Dobbins back up to spot him in again somewhere. Now, even he had a rough first inning. We talked about him being resilient following that one rough inning. But when it comes to the bullpen, dude, we got Roycroft back up here now. Like, it's just recycled bits and pieces of what?
Nothing.
You thought I was going to say that?
Just looked over?
Yeah. It came close. See, sometimes, Carey, you say words in your head, and then you catch them before they come out of your mouth. Sometimes. That was that time. Yep.
We're doing it? Okay.
I had to stutter step there a little bit. But so recycled things as far as your bullpen is concerned. And I just don't know what Chaim Bloom is going to be able to do right now. At the deadline, it's easy to say, hey, go get bullpen arms.
I don't think they'll do that.
I don't think it's a necessity. Like, right now, it's still, this is fun, man. Like, it is fun. Despite losing 2 or 3 to the Minnesota Twins, who are 33-40, right? They're not a good baseball team in their standings right now. but you are not in a position. This is not a full championship roster. They are still building. Like they are in the building phase of it's like you're going down a checklist. All right, well that damn Jordan Walker, check him off. Avon Herrera, he's on base machine, check him off. JJ Weatherholt, we can check that out. Like you're checking things up, and then when you get to the pitching staff, you're like, okay, we need to fix that. We need to add, we need to upgrade that. Before I can check it off.
You do your diagnostics check.
I'm doing, and when I get to a certain area, I'm like, well, okay. That part of the machine isn't running properly yet. And what do we need to do? And it's not we hurry up and go ahead and try to fix it. We don't need to rush it. We're going to let these guys that are in the minors mature, get better. So when all things are clicking at once, we can look at this. And then if you're in that position, then you go out and get a big name pitcher, an ace that you spend $25, $30 million. Whoa, you're like,
whoa.
It's not your money. Let me do it.
All right, good.
That's when you start to add all of those things, and then you're looking at a roster and you're saying, okay, this team can win a championship.
So I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, man, the guys that, at least we're just talking about this series, the guys that are a part of your future, essentially, are contributing. And my goodness, they look great.
Yeah.
It's the guys that probably won't be a part of your future that essentially ruined it for everybody this weekend. So I'm like, the guys that are going to be here, man, like they're doing a great job. And I want them to take that next step as a team. It's just,
But what you just said right there is actually a huge positive for the Cardinals. The foundation of this team is doing what it's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. The ancillary parts that you really don't care about anyways, they're not doing their part and they won't be here, ultimately. So, all right, we have a lineup out. Your Cardinals are hosting the Padres tonight. We're going to do a lineup game next, right here on 101 ESPN. Selling your home is a huge deal. It can be very stressful, taxing, just all of those things. Sometimes just not fun at all. That's exactly why you call Gloria Lou. With your home sold guaranteed realty, Gloria sells homes faster and more than the average agent. She's got a database with thousands of buyers in waiting. A lot of those buyers are looking for a home just like yours. So just think about this. You list your home, it might already be sold because Gloria Lou has buyers sitting there waiting for your home. So Gloria, listen, she's great at what she does. She's going to price your home accordingly to sell it for the most money, at the same time selling it very, very quickly. By the way, just for anybody out there listening right now, Gloria's not just in the business of moving houses. She's also growing her team. If you are someone you know wants to seriously level up in a real estate career, all you have to do is contact Gloria Lou. She's hiring motivated sales agents, listing agents. If you want to work with a proven winner and the best in the business, give Gloria Lou a call today. That number's 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Cardinals taking on the Padres here tonight on the bump for your Cardinals, Dustin May. And we got conflicting reports for the Padres starter. MLB.com does not have one listed. However, ESPN is listing Lucas Giolito, who is a right-handed pitcher. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. It's the fast lane. It's time for the lineup game. All right. What do you think, CD?
Man, come on. Show us J.J. Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
It's wild now. I think the top 4 or 5 are like guaranteed. Almost like copy and paste.
As it should be.
Although they did throw a curveball the other day when Mason Wynn got a day off and Weather Boy had to play shortstop. Show us Herrera, please.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
I was going to say, hey, Marshy, Marshy knows the answers.
Marsh, may I ask who is pitching for the Cardinals today?
Dustin May.
Okay, so
I said it.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Right.
Show us Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
What's the problem?
What? Why did you ask who's starting for the Cardinals and then say Alec Burleson?
I asked that so I can know whether I was putting Herrera at catcher or DH.
Oh.
It just was going to impact the rest of... Not because I knew...
What the hell is he doing?
I needed to know where I was putting...
I knew what you were doing.
That impacts how I run the rest of my lineup. Thank you, Jamie.
All right. Who's pitching for the Cardinals, Marshy?
It's actually TBD. On ESPN, though, it says Dustin May.
In that case, show us Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
Yeah. What's going on there? I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
Are we staying Newt here?
I don't see why we change it.
All right. Show us Lars Nootbaar.
Captain, you hear me? On your left.
Mason Wynn? Carey?
Sure.
Show us. Mason Wynn?
Shortstop, that's right. Now and forever and ever, shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10.
Wait.
This is bull.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
Okay, now is when we start to get a little...
I don't think it's that difficult.
Think it's Jimmy Crooks again?
No, I think it's Blaze Jordan.
Well,
I think Blaze has worked himself
bumped up one spot?
I think so. I mean, we could be off because maybe
so
Ollie
Church
wouldn't
is a
want to go.
lefty, correct?
Maybe Ollie wouldn't want to go lefty with Crooks, Church, and then Weatherholt.
Yeah, I think
you want to go Crooks here.
I think this is Crooks, but
I'll let you do it.
Show us Jimmy Crooks.
Who are you?
Nobody. No. I know you.
I know we talk things out sometimes, Carey.
The one I was telling you
We
about.
don't always
Remember?
get to the right answer.
He's Jimmy's
but at least
brother, the
we do it
guy,
together.
the singer.
All right, so this is Blaze Jordan.
I would say yes.
Show us Blaze Jordan.
It was Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettering, and they were blazing that up every day.
All right, and take us to church, you think?
For sure.
All right, show us Nathan Church.
I believe in the Church of Baseball.
Wow.
I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones.
Look what happens when we don't have Anthony messing things up for us.
Look what we're able to do. See that, Ant?
Yeah. All right, Marshy, run it for us.
Okay, leading off. Second baseman, J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second, your DH, Ivan Herrera. Batting third, playing first base, is Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting fifth in left field, Lars Nootbaar. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting seventh and catching, Jimmy Crooks. Batting eighth, playing third base, Blaze Jordan. And batting ninth in center field,
Wow. Oh, man.
Is
really?
Muscle,
Just caught a stray.
muscle memory. Nathan Church.
Back. Stay fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
I don't think anybody got one on Friday, did we?
Carey did. He had Alec Burleson.
Oh, nice
on the
job.
ball.
Seems to be hitting home runs every single game.
Pretty close.
What, I have 6 now?
Carey, you are at 6 points now.
Wow. So, Marsh, you're still first?
Yeah, I have 13. Anthony has 12. Jamie, you have 10.
Okay. Go ahead, buddy.
I am going to go. I mean, the guy keeps hitting home runs.
The second.
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with Blaze Jordan again.
All right. Anthony texted in. He's going to go with Jordan Walker.
Come on, man.
I'm just telling you. Sorry.
He got 3 other guys on there.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this guy, Herrera, only hits home runs when I don't have him because he hit 2 on Saturday, I believe. Give me Alec Burleson. He's seeing the ball pretty well these days, Carey.
You guys. You know what? Give me J.J. Weatherholt.
Oh, you were thinking Jimmy Crooks, weren't you?
I almost went to Von Herrera, but I think he used them all over the weekend.
All right, that's your lineup. That's your home run game. We saw a champion crown last night in the NHL. Not the team I thought was going to win it, but we'll get into the Stanley Cup final. We come back here on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty, St. Louis. My friends over at Dirt Cheap, they're best in the business. They're your one-stop shop for anything you need for your parties, your get-togethers, your cookout. I mean, you name it, Dirt Cheap is right there with you. They've got a great selection of all the beers that you're looking for. I know they run specials all the time, too. Got great local beers as well. My friends over at Urban Chestnut, the Zwickle Light, and all the other products are sold in there as well. I picked up a little bucket, Marshy, a little bucket of Pink Whitney the other day for a little party I was having. That was great. Little bucket, just put a little ice in it, Gary. It's fantastic. Kids love it these days. But yeah, lots of great things over at Dirt Cheap. You download the app too. That's a big helper. Every dollar you spend at Dirt Cheap, it earns you points that you can use in store. And that's helpful. If you go there enough times, you start getting some free stuff out of Dirt Cheap. You can also check out any events that they've got going on. Tastings. Sometimes they got some really unique tastings that are going, whether it's wine or bourbon, sometimes even tequila. It really is awesome. But you do have to visit them at dirtcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's dirtcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals lose 2 of 3 to the Twins over the weekend. They'll take on the Padres tonight. 6:45 first pitch with Dustin May on the mound. The New York Knicks win their first NBA title since 1973. We'll dive into that coming up here soon. But we got to talk about the Stanley Cup. The Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. It took 6 games. We'll dive into it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Going to clinch it appropriately with a total team effort and a shutout. The Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup for the second time.
Well, that was the call last night in Las Vegas. With Sean McDonough with ESPN on the call there. And Carey, it was a bad night to be a Vegas Golden Knight. The Carolina Hurricanes come marching in. Take the game, take the cup, all the champagne, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the biggest star of the show, who's the guy that I didn't think was going to be able to do it, Brandon Busty.
He's playing his butt off. He got lucky a couple times.
He plays goalie like his hair's on fire. You don't know what the hell he's going to do to make a save. But
Looks like a 90s goalie, just flopping all over the place.
Diving forward, blocker. He's just, just
drops his stick to dive across the crease. My boys were over last night. We're watching the game, and I said, he reminds me of Dominic Hasek right now. Just the Dominator back in the 90s. Just like, he was like Gumby. He just was stretchy, man, and would like do anything to make a save. And, well, Brandon Busty carried that team, and you just wonder what really happened with Freddie Anderson. Because he got bumped in the head. They kind of thought maybe it was a concussion, maybe it wasn't. And then he's not dressing. And then you got a goaltender that carries you through the final. Because up until they put Busty in the net, I think Vegas was going to march through that. No problem.
Mm-hmm. So, I think Anderson, so he got pulled in, what was it, game 3?
You're down. He let in 4 goals on
and they got
12 shots.
And that's the game they came back and scored.
They lost anyways.
And they lost in overtime, double overtime.
Yeah.
So I think when you're looking at that game, and maybe he was banged up a little bit. I'm sure he was. But I think it made it easy. It's one of those convenient injuries. Like, oh, man, he's hurt. Oh, shoot. While they're pumping their fists over on the side like, oh, man, that sucks. Thank God. So they were, because he wasn't playing well enough. And as you said, had he just stayed in net, they probably lose the series. Busty comes in, does a great job in that game, gives up an awkward goal that bounces off the boards and hits off his skate, and they lose in overtime. And then he settles in.
That's the only bad goal he let
That's
in.
the only.
It's not really his fault.
And so he settles in. The team settles in. And I thought for the first time last night was the first time that I watched that Carolina looked like they were the more aggressive, more physical. Vegas was the one taking it to them. It felt like most of the series. But last night, it changed. It shifted. And then you see Busty, like I said, he's flopping, flying. And then they cut into his family in the stands, and they're like panicking every time.
But then you feel bad because here I am rooting against this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. He's got a great story.
Tremendous story.
Undrafted.
Yeah, undrafted, bounced around the waiver wire, didn't basically don't unpack your bags.
He was in the coast at one point.
And then, they show his goalie mask. He's got all the paintings on there for like autism awareness and things like that. And I'm like, I'm having a harder time cheering against this guy, man. Like, this is really, really not working for me.
I thought Vegas, I texted you guys last night. They looked uncompetitive. Like, I didn't, like, Jack Eichel sometimes was out there going for a skate. It was right before he rang one off the crossbar where he just completely got outworked in the corner. Somehow Mitch Marner keeps that puck in at the blue line. But I told my buddy, I'm like, I don't think he even deserves a score there because, like, he was skating through. He just looked defeated. You know, you see Jacob Slavin, great. I mean, he's just all-world defenseman.
That guy's annoying. He's so good defensively, he's annoying.
Like, they just didn't have it last night. No. I thought that they would bring more with their season on the line, with the cup on the line. It was in the building, in their home rink, trying to force a Game 7. It was just disappointing. Like, I don't know. I thought that they would come out with more, and they just didn't. Like, I just wasn't entertained.
Yeah.
Like, from both teams.
I don't disagree.
Night.
It was kind of a boring game.
It kind of was. And you know, when Taylor Hall comes in, Carter Hart, you know, we just talked about Bussy. On the flip side, he was awful. His save percentage, which was in the 900s, he was great through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. He was terrible in the Cup final. Yeah. And you got to make that save.
That's a bad goal.
And he made a couple good saves throughout that game.
He had a good game. I'm not going to hang that one
for
on
sure.
him.
And he kept them alive in that game.
Yeah.
But overall, like, it seemed like they lost steam as the series went on.
Let me ask you both a hypothetical question. And it's really not a fair question, but I was thinking about it earlier this morning when I started doing a little dive into some of the lineups in the Eastern Conference. Do you think the Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champions today if the Florida Panthers had a healthy hockey team all year?
Ooh, probably not.
Because look at the road to the Cup for the Hurricanes. Ottawa Senators, I mean, they barely limped in. They weren't a great team. The goaltending was suspect, whatever. Philadelphia, great story, but they had to go on an epic run just to get in. They're not there yet. And the Montreal Canadiens had a great season, but they're not there yet.
Right.
So they really didn't have to go through a gauntlet of teams to get to the final.
But you also felt that was the reason why Vegas would win because they hadn't been challenged. And I looked at the flip side of it. Yeah. They didn't have to play as many games as everybody else.
You're right.
They should be fresher. And they definitely had an easier path because they were sweeping a couple of those teams. So I mean, it was a really good series to watch. I thought Vegas was the better team all series until last night.
Well, you know what, though? The reason why they had an easier road to the Cup is because they had a better regular season. That is why, you know, they've been regular season merchants for all of these years, and it finally paid off for them because they did have a pretty, you know, I don't want to say easy because the Cup is the hardest trophy to win in sports.
Well, I'd say they had an easier path to the final.
For sure. And Vegas didn't do themselves any justice in the regular season.
No, they didn't.
And I'll even do you one more. If Colorado's healthy, do they go to the Stanley Cup and do they beat Carolina?
I think Colorado would have mopped up Carolina just because of the way they profile. All that speed and that scoring punch. Vegas had to play a completely different game in order to beat Carolina, whereas I think Colorado could have beaten Carolina at their own style of game.
And think about Vegas. We've talked for years now, going back to the last time they won the Stanley Cup, how good their defense core has been. I thought their defense was not good.
Vegas?
As the series went on, their defense was terrible.
They made a lot of big mistakes. I think they were injured.
I do too.
It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. They looked slower. They weren't reacting as quick. They were making bad decisions.
Like Shea Theodore got walked late in that game.
He had a lot. Rasmus Anderson had a terrible series.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every time I turn around, he was on the ice for a goal against. So.
And you have Lazan and McNabb, and I know McNabb is playing with you know, probably a broken face, but
yeah, but he's on a competitive team. McNabb's a third pair defense,
right?
And he was playing top 4 minutes in these playoffs. So
I just thought they lost steam.
I also want to say that watching that game, I honestly thought they were. I was like, I thought they had to go back to Carolina, to play Game 7. It sounds like they're in Carolina now.
I know, right?
When
literally,
they scored? Yes,
I know.
When Taylor Hall scored, I was like, wait, are they in Carolina or in Vegas? It was so loud. It was so much cheering, and that obvious that's going to help a road team as well. Like if you go into an arena or to a stadium and you see as many jerseys that are your team's color as the opposing teams, like that gives you a lot of confidence as well. So it was, I think that Vegas kind of Vegas fans probably did themselves a disservice by not showing up in droves because it was loud as hell for Carolina every time they scored.
Awkward, yeah.
It was really weird. Yeah.
So here's another question I got for you. And I don't know. I know what I feel, but I'm going to ask you guys. Do you think we're seeing the beginning of a dynasty with the Hurricanes? Hear me out. I think they're going to have 15 to 17 million in cap space next year, and they only have one RFA that needs to be re-signed. So basically, they can walk it right back with the exact same team.
I think they're going to have a great regular season next year, but I just don't see it. I almost
or
like.
Are they already a dynasty? 3 conference championships in a row, and now a Stanley Cup.
I mean, if you want to look at it like that, sure, but they weren't competitive in any of those Eastern Conference Finals outside of this season. Like, they only won one game, which was last year against Florida, heading into this season. I don't know. I saw a post on X last night saying Carolina is the last team to win a Stanley Cup without a superstar since the Blues.
I would say that's accurate.
How did that work out for the Blues? Did they go on a dynasty?
No, but
the next year they kind of got,
It was weird. I'm not going to make an excuse, but they were the first place team in the Western Conference.
Yes,
rolling into the bubble.
COVID hit. That whole
was
thing.
A weird
that
thing.
sucked. But I don't know. Like you mentioned Florida. Like, Florida's going to be back next year.
Oh, they're going to be good too.
They're going to be good.
Get a good draft pick because they had a crappy year.
They're going to be good.
The cap's going up.
Like, Colorado's going to be good again. You have all these other teams in the West. It's going to be hard for them.
Montreal's going to be better.
Montreal will be better. I think a lot of the teams that made the playoffs this year in the East are going to get better. They're young teams. You know, some of the teams that they played.
Yeah.
Montreal, Philly. I think Philly will get better.
Well, they're kind of like Montreal.
For sure.
They're in that, like the Blues almost. They're kind of like the young guys who are taking those next steps. So, well, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, Carolina Hurricanes went 20 years between Stanley Cup championships. The New York Knicks hadn't won a title since 1973. We're going to talk about the Knicks and the NBA. We come back here on 101 ESPN. All right, look at that beautiful sunshine outside. Perfect day to maybe go home, kick your feet up, and have an ice cold Zwickle Light from my friends over at Urban Chestnut. It's an elevated light beer that's brewed for St. Louisans by your local brewery, Urban Chestnut. It's a crisp, clean, refreshing light beer. Only 95 calories, only 3.7 carbs. If you like light beer, but you're tired of it tasting like water or watered down, grab a Zwickle Light. It tastes like beer. It's awesome. I absolutely love an ice-cold Zwickle Light. I also love the new Squirrel Works Hazy IPA that's available. We were out at Bourbon and Brews this weekend on Saturday, and they had a bunch of the Squirrel Works on ice. People were loving it. Even a gentleman said to me, I don't even like IPAs, and this is really good. So there you go. Grab yourself a Squirrel Works. Grab yourself a Zwickle Light. Enjoy everything that Urban Chestnut has to offer. For more information on all of this stuff and some of the events coming up for Urban Chestnut, visit urbanchestnut.com. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com.
box to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knick fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
Well, that was Mike Breen on the call right there as he's counting down the time. New York Knicks win a championship. Since the first one since 1973. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, man.
Kerry, what do you think, man? Is this New York Knicks won it or the San Antonio Spurs lost it?
Man, this game, I would say the Knicks. Well, I would say the Knicks won. I think the Spurs are a really good team. Their downfall is they are a really young team. And sometimes you have to go through that fire and lose in those moments to really understand and gain a knowledge of what you need to do next time around. Mitch Johnson is a young coach. Wemby is a young player. Stephon Castle, young player. Dylan Harper, young player. Like their entire roster is full of young players. De'Aaron Fox is probably the oldest guy, one of the oldest guys. Him and Harrison Barnes, and Harrison Barnes didn't play. So I think that the Knicks understood like how to cut into a deficit. They were down double digits in every single game in the first quarter. Like they just did not get out. You usually don't want to do that. They were down 16 at one point in the game 5, and so they just found a way to just eat away at the lead. And then Jalen Brunson, man, I cannot speak enough about this young man. That young man is a hooper. Like, and you're seeing, like, all of the videos. His father is on the staff. Yeah. His father used to play in the league. Like, you're seeing all of the videos. I didn't know that, by the way. Yeah, all of the videos of him and his dad at the park and all of the work that they did. And you coach your sons. I coach my son. Like, it is to have a full circle moment where you remember the times where you were working on it. And now you're on the sideline and you're coaching him and you're helping him win NBA Finals MVP, NBA championship. Like, it's a really cool moment for the Knicks, that family, Mike Brown, like all of those guys that were kind of cast away at some point, but just really good basketball players. And they played, to me, that was the ultimate team championship because your second best player in that game on your team had 2 points. Karl Anthony Towns had 2 points. Foul trouble from the first quarter on. Fouled out with about 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, and he only had 2 points. And he's the second best player on your team, and you still found a way to win. So kudos to them.
So you just mentioned Mike Brown. I remember last year when they fired Tibbs, and they won 50 games. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, why are they firing this guy?
Move.
But what a great move it was, because the way that Tibbs played his players, you're probably not winning a championship this season with just playing your top 5 guys for like a full game, essentially.
Tibbs kind of wore them down. They were playing 7 to 8 guys, and they were playing 40 minutes a game, and you could see the fatigue start to set in by the time they get to the Eastern Conference Finals in years past. And this year, Mike Brown just said, I'm going to allow you guys, it's going to be multiple people getting opportunities to play in this game and play and help this team and do all of the things that need to be done to win a championship. And again, collectively, they all found a way. Landry Shamet, Alvarado, McBride, like they all came in. Jordan Clarkson, like they had no points off of the bench until Clarkson finally tipped one in, and then Landry Shamet hit a 3. They were a team that just found a way night after night to get it done against a team that everyone expected in the Spurs to be the best team because they had, in most people's opinion, the best player.
So we had conversations last week, the week prior, about Victor Wembanyama being the new face of the NBA. They only win 1 game. You know, we actually mentioned a while back when LeBron went to the NBA Finals for the first time, they got swept, ironically, by the Spurs. And then, obviously, he has had the career that he has had. What did you make of Wemby's finals performance and how he handled the loss? I went into that series watching Wemby and like, man, this guy, he has a level of, it's something about him that you want to see good things from. I actually went out of the series like, man, is Wemby a dirty player? Like I honestly started to feel
a little bit of that. Like he stepped on, he did they have a rule in the NBA where you have to give the shooter landing space, and I don't know if it was intentional, but he stuck his foot right there where Jalen Brunson actually rolled his ankle and could have been a devastating injury. I think it was in the third quarter that if he goes down and is out for the game, that changes the entire series. But Jalen Brunson gutted through it, was able to play and keep playing. But they didn't call a foul. That's a flagrant foul. They didn't call that. So there were instances where I felt like Wemby was a little bit of a dirty player. And then I didn't like one of the things I love, which I will always give credit to the NHL, is after a hard-fought series, they line up and they shake hands at the middle of the ice. They go through the line like you do when you're a kid, and you just shake that man. And I watched the Vegas Golden Knights sit there last night and have to wait while Carolina was celebrating and hooting and hollering, and you see the camera just panning, you see guys with their head down, you see guys crying.
Last thing you want to do is be on that ice.
The last thing they want to do is sit there on the ice for another 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes while this opposing team who just won a championship comes to shake their hands. But they do. Wemby walked right off of the court, and the rest of the team followed, except for Cornet. Cornet was the only player that stayed out there. I think Mitch Johnson obviously shook Mike Brown's hand and a few players. But when your best player walks off, that gives the signal to the rest of the troops, yeah, we're out of here. And so I didn't like that. So there were a few things, and this is not a knock against Wemby.
How old is he, 22?
Yeah, he's 22. This is not a knock on him, but there were a few things in that series that made me look at him differently. And, he's got to – I mean, obviously if you win, nobody cares, but – I think there are a few things that I would like to have seen differently from Victor Wembanyama in that series.
I think it was a great example of why you still have veteran players on a team. Some older guys, or even just part of the team. If they had a Tim Duncan-esque type guy just sitting there as a coach or on the staff. Because a guy like Wemby, I understand his fire, his passion, and you know what? He hates to lose. I don't hate that about him at all. However, there is a way to go about things. And if you're going to be, never mind the face of the league, he's certainly the face of the franchise now. If you're going to be that guy, you have to continue to learn and mature. And I think this is one of those moments for Wemby, both on the court, his play. He had some mistakes too. He had some things that he did that didn't help the team, hurt the team. And he also, with the off-the-court stuff, acknowledge the opponent, show some respect, drink that moment in, and let it fuel you for the next year so that you don't lose that in the final.
So with the Knicks, obviously they win the championship, but they have had heartbreaks in the past. 1973, that's a long time. What did this Knicks team do that those other teams couldn't do in the past? Is it simply they ran into just buzzsaws along the way?
Well, I mean, a couple of those Knicks teams had to face Michael Jordan in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
That's not that. This guy named Michael, he was, some think he's the best player to ever do it.
He's good, was he?
He's pretty good. He's on par with what they call the guy in hockey, the great one. Some people call him the GOAT. They call Michael the GOAT in basketball.
Okay, so he's good.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I think they might have had a TV show, a cartoon back in the day. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was probably part of some of the Knicks' problems. Then you run into the Spurs problem because they were there in 99. They run into the beginning of that dynasty with the Spurs in 99. And they just were unable to get over the hump. They had to play against the Pacers, who I think they lost to in the Eastern Conference Finals the year the Pacers made it to the NBA Finals. So those teams just had teams in their conference and teams that they were playing against that were really good. This Knicks team, they went 16-3 in the playoffs, and the two of those losses were in the first 3 games. They went on a 13-0 win streak. Like they were just outstanding for a period of time where they just kept winning and kept winning and kept winning, and it did not matter who they were going up against. It did not matter what was in front of them. And you got a 6'2" guard versus a 7'4" whatever alien, and it didn't matter. Like Jalen Brunson put up 45 in the game-clinching game. It's amazing what he was able to do, but it's more amazing as a team what they were able to do collectively. It was really fun to watch.
He's Carey Davis. This is the Fast Lane. Andrew Marsh on the dials. Jamie Rivers here in studio. We are going to dive back into your Cardinals. We talked about it at the top of the show. Talked about the bullpen. Well, who's to blame for the recent bullpen woes? Carey, I'll tell you when we come back here on ESPN. Well, we'll get into the Cardinals bullpen woes a little bit later in the show. We have a little bit of breaking news regarding your St. Louis Blues. So we're going to dive into that now. Carey Davis, Jamie Mears, Andrew Marsh here with you on the Fast Lane. At the end of the season, the Blues announced that Mike Weber and Claude Julien would not be back with the club. We know that as of last week or so, that Steve Ott signing a 2-year contract extension to remain the head coach of the Springfield Thunderbirds. Well, the Blues just announced 2 additional assistant coaches that will be added to Jim Montgomery's staff for this upcoming season. Greg Cronin and Vinny Prospal will be joining the Blues. Elliot Mondu also has been, I believe, promoted to assistant to the GM, and Jeremy Kupal will join as a video coach. So lots of action going on with the Blues. All right, so I know both of these guys very well.
Give us the deets.
Yeah, so Vinny Prospal was a teammate of mine with the Ottawa Senators. He's from the Czech Republic, a really skilled player, was very good offensively in the NHL, worked extremely hard, and he has been doing a lot of coaching and scouting work with the Rangers quite a while ago. Then he helped the Czech national team in the World Cup of Hockey in 2016. And he currently has been the manager over at a team in the Czech Republic as well. But he will probably, in my opinion, be here to work with the forwards and help with the power play. And by the way, we are going to have head coach Jim Montgomery on at 4:15. So a lot of the stuff we're talking about right now, we'll ask Monty, and I'm sure he'll share all the information with us as well. But yeah, Vinny Prospal, very hard-working guy, very detailed, intense individual. I think the players are going to love him. And on the flip side, Greg Cronin. Cronin the Barbarian is what we used to call him. He was my assistant coach when I played for the New York Islanders, and he also was head coach of Northeastern. Our guy Joey Vitale played for him at Northeastern. He's no nonsense, Carey. You talk about like military-esque? Ask Greg Cronin.
Good.
Yeah, some guys are going to love him, and some guys may not love him right away.
So I actually want to ask you that because assistant coaches typically, at least in my mind, are the guys that you go to that are, they're not the head coach, right?
Yeah.
They're a little bit more
funny, nice guys.
Exactly. How well you say that? So how does that work as an assistant?
Yeah. So look, Greg again. He was my assistant coach. I played for the Islanders. I have a great relationship with Greg. He was hard ass. He was like all those things. But for winning hockey clubs, you respect it. If you're a losing hockey club, you hate it because this guy's always
got bad habits and someone's holding your feet to the fire and expecting you not to have bad habits. And it's easier to have bad habits than do the things the right way, and it's uncomfortable. It's no different than when I'm coaching kids, and they're like, well, that doesn't feel right. I know, because it's the right way. It's probably why it's uncomfortable, because you've been doing it the wrong way the entire time, and you've been doing it wrong because it's easier. So I think coaches that do have that persona, generally, like you said, really good teams respect it. They're like, hey, we want to win, don't we? Oh, hell, well, shut up and get the work done. And bad teams find a way to moan and complain and, he's too hard. Shut up and just play. Because if you didn't need that, then you wouldn't have it. And I'm sure most of those coaches, generally speaking, when you do it right, they're quiet.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. You want them to shut up? Okay, do it the right way. They won't bother you.
Yeah. So Crow's a guy that, literally, he'll put the work boots on, and if he could get into the game to help you, he would. And I didn't always get along with him, but that's okay. You don't have to always love what your coaches or what your bosses are doing, as long as you know that what they're doing is for the best of the team. And that's one thing Crow is really good at. He's a really detail-oriented guy. No nonsense. Don't tell me you couldn't do it. Because you could, you wouldn't do it. That's the problem. He's excellent at the penalty kill, and I think that's an area where the Blues are going to have to make an improvement. You have to be top 15 in both categories next year. I'd love to see top 10 in both, but to be realistic, for the Blues to be a team that is a playoff contender, you got to be the top half of the league in both those categories.
Can we meet in the middle, like top 12?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. The over-under 12.5. Take the under that. Perfect.
Good.
How will these two match what the Blues have on the roster in terms of age.
Yeah, so I think what's good is Vinny Prospal is a very creative player, cerebral almost out there, and I think that will translate well when he's talking to players like Jordan Kyrou, Jimmy Snuggerud, Dylan Holloway, Robert Thomas, those guys that you want, Dalibor Dvorsky. He'll have a huge influence on Dalibor Dvorsky. And I think that that's going to help them unlock certain abilities that they have. And as far as the power play goes, he's going to be way more creative. It's not going to be that stagnant look that we had for the last couple of years here in St. Louis. He's going to mix things up. You have different personnel out there. Again, he's very intense, but a very energetic, positive guy. I think it's a good hire. I really do. And as far as Greg Cronin is concerned, he's a details guy. He's no nonsense. I think you're going to see this. I'll just say this now. This upcoming season will be the most physical blue line you see from the Blues in the last number of years.
Well, that's nice.
Good. And I think Logan Mailloux is going to make some massive strides with Greg Cronin as a defense coach. Crow is going to work with him. Video, teach him a lot of things on ice, and he's going to help develop that dog inside of him.
So with the blue line, obviously you have two veterans on that blue line, Cam Fowler and Colton Parayko. Of course, at the trade deadline, there was some chatter about Colton Parayko. I'm sure there's people throwing his name out right now because that's just what they do. But just how important is it to keep that guy on this team with this new coach that will ultimately make that blue line tougher?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I can't predict the future. I don't know what the Blues are currently doing or who they're talking to about what players. But for me, it would make more sense to hang on to Colton Parayko right now. Let's give him a coach that can, continue to make him evolve as a player. And let's give this whole defensive core an opportunity to see what they can do. Now, if the Blues internally see Jiricek as a replacement, short term, not just long term, then maybe Colton Parayko's on the move. Cam Fowler, if he's not happy, maybe playing third pair defenseman, because that's probably where he's going to slot in this year. If he's not happy with that, then maybe they move on from that. But I don't know. I think that right now adding a really good, structured, defensive-minded coach will help these guys in many ways, and it's going to help the team defensively too. So if you look at the defensive zone, at times last year, though, they had to tweak it a little bit. They went from a zone to a man-on-man, and Greg Cronin being added to the staff will certainly help that. It'll limit, hopefully, the grade A scoring chances and give the Blues more of an advantage. That way they keep the puck out of the net, which is always a good thing. So we'll see what happens here. We will again have head coach Jim Montgomery on at 4:15. We'll ask him all kinds of questions about his staff and the process and how they ended up with these two gentlemen heading into next year. We also, at 5 o'clock, if you're keeping your scorecard handy, we'll have Jeremy Rutherford from The Athletic on, who we will talk about the coaching change in the upcoming season, anything he's hearing out there on the streets before the NHL draft. All right, let's come back here with Andrew Marsh and some What's Trending next on 101 ESPN.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, a ton of sports this weekend, a lot of events going on. Of course, we talked about the Stanley Cup. We had the NBA Finals. Team USA played their first game in the World Cup. You had UFC last night as well. Just a ton of different sports throughout the weekend. Just a simple question. What was your favorite moment from this weekend in terms of sports? It could be anything.
I mean,
wow.
They're the Knicks winning, man. Like, I know.
Yeah, but did you like that moment? You happy with that?
Yeah, I thought it was a really cool moment for that team, for, like I said, Jalen Brunson and Rick Brunson to share that moment. I thought that was, it was just really outstanding. And the team, they had to fight back into every single game. I heard people calling it David versus Goliath because of the size of Wemby versus the size of Jalen Brunson. Like, that's kind of the mindset of what that series was. So for me, man, it was a really good series. I was excited to watch it on Saturday. I thought they played outstanding. And I think the cool thing, you can understand this specifically because the Blues alumni, you all do such a great job with all of the guys that come back. To see all of the former Knicks, you were talking about all those teams that missed out on opportunities.
Our guy Charles Oakley was at the game.
Charles Oakley was at the game.
In San Antonio.
And unfortunately, I guess he was not allowed on the court with all the other guys. But, yeah, it's kind of messed up. But you saw Nick. You saw Patrick Ewing. Yeah. You saw great Knicks. You saw Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell. Like, all of these guys that I watched growing up. And Clyde Walt Frazier, I didn't watch him, but you got to see all of these guys throughout the entire series and just embracing Knicks culture. I thought that was a really, really dope moment for the New York Knicks and the city of New York.
Well, you mentioned all the former players, too. Of course, there's a ton of celebrities that have been waiting for this moment, too. But the two that really come to mind for me are Spike Lee, who has been waiting a long time.
By the way, did I ever tell you I met Spike?
Yeah, we saw the picture.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He was unbelievable. Yeah. He was unbelievable. Sorry, Marshy, go ahead.
So Spike Lee and then Stephen A. Smith, who, everyone knows Stephen A., but he's a huge Knicks fan. Mm-hmm. So, and he was speechless. Like, he didn't know what this guy who makes a living on talking was speechless because his favorite team, even though he works in the business, you can't really take that fan out of somebody. Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. Of course, a ton of other celebrities as well. How about you, Jamie? What was your favorite moment from the weekend?
Look, I love watching championship games. I thought the Knicks, I thought it was cool. Obviously, the story there, they haven't won since 1973. I love those stories. I thought Carolina winning, although I wanted Vegas to win. When you start to dive into the story of Stahl being 38, winning the Conn Smythe. Rod Brendamore, 20 years after winning it as a player, he lifts the cup as a coach with the same organization. So some cool moments with that. And I'll also say this, too. So I hope people don't get triggered because everything is triggered these days. I'm not getting political. I thought the UFC at the White House, the way they organized the fighters to walk through the White House on their way out to the octagon, I thought that was pretty damn cool. I thought the national anthem and then ending with the planes flying over top, that gave me goosebumps. I mean, born in Canada, and I've lived in the United States for longer than I ever lived in Canada, but that gave me goosebumps, too. Never mind the fights. If you like the UFC, if you don't, fine. If you like Dana White, if you don't, I don't care. Donald Trump, I don't care about your opinion about that. It was a pretty cool moment for sports. Like, can you imagine having the Winter Classic on the front lawn of the White House? Like, that's pretty sick when you think about it. So those were all those moments together for me kind of summed up the weekend.
Yeah, so Friday I went to like a World Cup watch party. Not the biggest soccer guy, I'll admit that, or football, but very cool environment. And to watch the team dominate, I thought that was awesome. So congratulations to us, the United States, for picking up a win on Friday. But the coolest thing that I saw over the weekend was, and this is what I love about the World Cup, how it just sort of started to like bring everybody together like like in the world. Watching the fans of Scotland take over Fenway Park last night. I thought that was the coolest thing. They're all doing their chants and whatnot at a baseball game. Like, we thought Tarps Off was cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I saw that too, and I forget who it was, posted something on Twitter that I don't care how good they are or not, we need to get them in the World Baseball Classic next year, having a Scottish team in there. It's cool. The World Cup is always... Look, you don't have to be a soccer fan to like the World Cup. It's no secret I'm not an avid soccer fan. I know, right? What? But I do love watching the World Cup for many reasons. But for me, it's the passion of the players and the people from those countries and the togetherness of the fans. You got half the building that wants one country, the other half want the other country. They're all partying, they're having a good time. I'm sure there's stuff that happens that is probably not great, but we're not seeing that. It's not at the forefront of everything. And I think it's pretty unique. It's pretty special. And to watch Team USA, I know we don't like Stan Kroenke and anything to do with what he does, but that stadium in L.A., and to see that completely sold out for the U.S. versus Paraguay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're even any good, but the U.S. certainly disposed of them in good fashion. Let me ask you something about Team USA, the soccer team. Do we like the jerseys? I felt like I was watching Where's Waldo.
When I first saw all the people wearing it, I was like, what's going on? Then I realized, that's the jersey. I did feel Where's Waldo-ish.
A little more blue would have been nice.
I mean, hey.
But,
I didn't mind it. Like, it's the red and white stripes from the flag. I don't mind. I mean, it could be worse. But does it look a little bit like Where's Waldo? Yeah.
Does it look a little bit like it could be Team Canada or Team Denmark? Could be. Red and white only.
Could be. Could be.
Team Switzerland. What
do you think, did that game change your perspective on how you see Team USA faring in this World Cup?
Not yet, because I checked out some things. Paraguay's not a star-studded team.
What?
But it was really nice to see them win.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to see the U.S. go on and have a fantastic showing at the World Cup. I just, the real test will be once they get out of this pool of teams, because I think they'll come out of this pool. There's some pretty good teams, but the U.S. is looking pretty good. Then on to the next level, we'll see how they fare against some of the teams that are, we'll call them the regulars at the World Cup.
So we're talking about our favorite moments from the weekend. I'd be remiss not to bring up, and we talked a little bit about him in the Open, but Blaze Jordan and his start to his Cardinals career. I mean, just immediately, first at bat, first 3 games, way more of an impact on this team than Nolan Gorman has provided in.
Come on,
well, in fairness,
you don't gotta kick Nolan.
I'm not. You don't gotta kick Nolan. Is this not a stats and facts show?
It is.
Is this not stats and facts?
It is.
Nolan is in Memphis trying to get his head together, man.
We'll see what the body of work looks like here in 20, 30, 40 games from now. We'll have a better idea. I think it was awesome. I do. But as Carey, we're joking about putting down. I just don't think we have to worry about that right now.
Yeah.
I think that Blaze Jordan being a part of this team, and then looking at, we said earlier today, 32 hits over the weekend for the team, 21 runs overall, and he was a big part of that.
These weren't just,
He played third and he played first.
Yeah.
So he also gives, the Cardinals love those players that give them a little bit of an option.
It gives Burley a day off at first base,
right.
and because it's already, it's probably cluttered to try to put him at DH with Herrera's situation and all of that. I do think it was really good. I mean, the young man came up, you said, got a hit in his first at-bat, got his first hit and his first RBI in his first at-bat, hit a triple. And
that was fun to watch.
Didn't look like he was even running out of the box initially and got to get on my horse. So got a triple, hit a home run. I was watching, I don't know what I was reading the other day. I was on X, and it was a guy saying not Nolan Gorman. So you got me thinking about Nolan.
Carey, come on,
Blaze Jordan is the guy that made a lot of youth players in their youth realize that they were not going to the major leagues.
Yeah. he was hitting 500-foot home runs at 13.
Yeah.
When you're 13 and you're seeing this, you're like, oh, that's what that looks like. Okay, I probably should start focusing on something else then, huh? Yeah, that was it was really cool for him to have a great weekend like that, and hopefully it continues. I mean, he's a really good baseball player, so I hope he continues to do it.
That point that you just brought up about Axe reminds me when I played in the Cooperstown tournament when I was younger, and there's a ton of teams in there, and somehow our team made it to the top 16, but we were the 16th seed. We played the number one team.
Oh boy!
Once we were in elimination round. I mean, this team, all they did was hit nukes. And I was catching, and the first batter came up, and we struck him out. And I'm sitting there, like, behind home plate. I'm like, we got a chance. Like, this is great. Struck him out. Our pitcher threw a nasty slider. And I'm thinking to myself, we got a shot. Next pitch. Boom. I mean, boom. Next pitch. Boom. And we got mercy ruled. I was like, it was fun while it lasted.
You had that moment.
We did.
Well, we certainly hope there's more moments for Blaze Jordan ahead. And, in fact, what we'll do next is we're going to talk to Mark Sweeney from Cardinals TV. He was on the call this weekend watching Blaze Jordan make his Cardinals debut. And so we'll talk to him, pick his brain, see what he's thinking. Coming up next year on 101 ESPN. Got our guy Stewie on the line here. Stewie, I love me some cash. What do you got for me?
You know what, Jamie? Cash is king. And we rolled out a new program last week. We talked about the purchase program where you can get 1% below the prevailing rate for the first year. It is banging up lots and lots of customers, 10 to 15 locks a day. So we're really, really doing a lot of good business on that. So what we did was we extended it. If you have an FHA loan, and you go from FHA to conventional, we're going to give you 1% lower for the first year. This works for cash out refinances and for regular rate and term refinances. Get away from the FHA. The PMI never, ever goes away on most occasions. Get into a conventional loan. The payment will go down, and we'll give you a gift for the first year, 1% lower on the rate.
Oh, man. Pick up the phone. Call Stewie. Call him right now. You're hearing this deal. He's extending it for you. Don't procrastinate. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440. Again, that's 314-324-4440. You can call him, text him, get in on this deal. And if you have any other questions for my guy Stewie, I promise you he'll do his best to answer them for you. But you do have to pick up the phone and call him. If you missed any of that information, you can always Google the Begalone. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a good night, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals lose 2 of 3 to the Twins over the weekend, but they're back in action tonight looking for a win against the San Diego Padres. Dustin May on the mound tonight for the Cardinals. First pitch is at 6:45. Mark Sweeney, who was on the road trip of Cardinals TV, will join us next. We'll talk some Cardinals baseball right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. We go out to our celebrity phone line to talk to our guy, Mark Sweeney, who was on the call this weekend. Mark, how we doing, bud?
I'm doing great, guys. Always great to talk to you guys. And came off a three road trip, but thought it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, so let's start there for a second. The most exciting thing for a lot of Cardinals fans was the addition of Blaze Jordan to the lineup. You were there firsthand. We got to see it on TV, but you know, behind the scenes, you're getting to see the reactions of the players and batting practice and just the whole experience of him leading up to his first game, wearing the birds on the bat. You know, your overall thoughts on his weekend and certainly his first game.
Jamie, I thought it was a great first game. Obviously, coming up, his first at bat was an RBI single. I mean, you can't do anything better than that in a sense. All of these debuts have been pretty good. You look at Brian Torres, obviously JJ at the opening day. These guys are prepared. They're ready. They're hungry. And the best thing for me is being around these guys and on the road and how appreciative they are for guys that get opportunities. And I am too, but when it resonates in the clubhouse, it means that much more.
Mark, when you're talking about guys coming up and they're ready to play, what do you think has shifted or changed in the organization, or if anything has? I mean, these guys are playing well. They are getting their opportunities, and they do seem ready to play when they get here.
Yeah, continuity with the conversations, I would say. Obviously, we've heard all about the developing of what they're trying to get. Hitters, for me, are guys that control the strike zone. A lot of young kids come up with big swings because they put up numbers in AAA and they're trying to put up huge numbers here in the big league and try to do something that they're not accustomed to. That's what I mean about being ready. I think these guys are obviously trying to lengthen the lineup, which I think the organization and Ollie has tried to stress to us. That's what they're trying to do. And they've come up and done it. So just, trying to get yourself involved in the offense, but also doing what you did in AAA up in the big leagues definitely works as well.
Sweens, we talk a lot about third time through the lineup, and that's where a lot of teams kind of figure out the starting pitcher for the most part. Yeah. I'm watching the Cardinals here, especially recently. Second time through the lineup, it's like they've got some things figured out pretty quickly about who they're playing against. What goes into that? Why are they having so much success so quickly against some of these guys?
Yeah, I think they've made some adjustments. I mean, you look at Michael McGreevy yesterday. He's a prime example of that. He's a guy that he gave up the 2-run homer, and it was kind of like, I blew the lead, and let's see how he reacts. He didn't have all of his stuff yesterday, and I love it because we made a point. Danny Wexelman got a sound from him, and he said, you know what, all I do is I love to compete, and I bring whatever I have that day. And there's obviously a lot of pitchers aren't going to say that. They're just going to say, I'm trying to execute. I'm trying to do that. He literally looks the part. He looks like he's competing. So his second time through the order, he made some great adjustments yesterday. He shows you different looks. His changeup is always there in his back pocket. But I think collectively, these guys are trying to ask a lot of themselves to try to pitch deeper in the ballgame.
So the flip side of that, though, too, Mark, is I'm noticing a lot of punch from the offense early in games. Adjustments at the plate second time through. These guys are doing a great job of identifying whether what the pitcher's throwing or a sequence or, I mean, you would know more about that stuff, but what is the offense doing?
Yeah, I think the offense is starting to power up, which to me shows that they're taking their A swings early in counts, even with getting to 2 strikes. They take aggressive swings instead of trying to put the ball in play. I think there's a lot more emphasis on contact throughout the game of baseball, and that's why I say that. These young hitters, and I say young because they're still evolving in the game, the Burlesons, the Herreras, obviously Jordan Walker, these are guys that you expect to drive the ball, and they're doing it. 12 home runs on the road trip, which was really fun to watch because those are the separators. Those are the ones you can kind of extend leads, which they did. It's nice to see the offense is making adjustments. I think Brant Brown and his coaching staff, his guys underneath him, Brandon Allen, Casey, they're doing a great job getting these guys prepared, but constantly they're talking in game how that reliever coming in and here's our game change right now. They've done a really good job with in-game adjustments.
Mark, I know you've been paying attention to the Cardinals, and obviously Jordan Walker is having that breakout year that we have been expecting for a while now. Are we seeing the best of him, or do you think that there's still more there to be unlocked for him?
Yeah, there's more. And it's easy to say that because we put up a graphic yesterday. He's exceeded all of his numbers already this year, his career numbers in 111 games. It took him in his career numbers. He's already done it. So I say there's more in there because there's more awareness of what they're trying to do. Now it becomes, I'm comfortable with my plan. I'm comfortable with stepping in the batter's box and executing, but I still need to figure out what every team's doing to me. There's going to be teams that bust you in. They don't want you to extend your arms. There's also the Twins that we saw. They switched it after he hit that bullet home run in the second game. All of a sudden they switched to, I'm not throwing anything close to inside to him. I'm going to throw everything out. If he gets out of the strike zone, fine. If he doesn't, he's probably going to take his walk. So that's going to be the next adjustment for Jordan Walker.
Mark, the offense has been clicking since they played the Reds last weekend, and the bullpen against the Reds was fantastic as well, even going into the first two games against the Mets. But this past weekend, a little bit of a tough weekend for the bullpen. Is that just baseball, or is there a little bit more to it?
I think a little bit of both. I mean, I don't know the adjustments that they're making in there. I mean, there's situations where you kind of expect these guys, especially the high leverage relievers, to lock it down because we've been used to that. They've done it the majority of the year. I also think that it's times where you're not getting a starter into the sixth inning. If you're getting into the sixth inning, I think it's easy to manage your bullets for Ollie. I think it's been really hard, and guys have been put in situations where they can't pitch one day, and then they have to navigate certain situations. But Ollie constantly says to us that fifth, sixth inning is really the determining factor, how he can manage, how he can navigate through that system. And I think they've just gone through a rut. And listen, that's what happens. It is baseball. But I believe in these guys. I also believe in them as a group as well.
Mark, this might sound like a really dumb question. If it is, you can make fun of me. I promise I'm okay with it. But as a team or as a baseball manager or club overall, how do you get pitchers deeper into the game? Like, is there any kind of strategy to that, or is it just kind of judging on how each day is going?
Well, I would never make fun of you, so to speak. So
Mark, that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart enough to do that. I will say this. I do believe that as an organization, and they have a philosophy, and they're sticking with it with the starters. I don't think they extend them, and it has a lot to do with pitch count. It has a lot to do with up-downs that we hear in the game of baseball. Also, there's situations where you can extend them because you have a six-man rotation. You had an extra off day. I think Ollie has a great pulse of what he's doing. He's talking to the training staff. He's talking to the guy, the performance side. They are collectively in the same belt. So you'll see guys that'll throw 83 pitches and get pulled. The other night, Kyle Leahy, for example, came out, I think it was 66, 67 pitches. You want them to extend themselves, but they also have to earn it. And he picks his spots. He understands how to do it. But really it came down to that he made those decisions because he was going after wins. And they put themselves in that position to go after wins rather than development at all times.
Swings, last one I got for you here is for the most part early in the season, it looked like the Cardinals would only have one All-Star, and that would be Jordan Walker. And I don't think that's going to fall off anytime soon. We know that Ollie's going to be representing the Cardinals as well, which is awesome for Ollie. He's getting his flowers finally.
Yep.
But what about Alec Burleson? Do you think he sneaks in there?
Well, I think he's gotten in the conversation because of the 5 home runs on the road. I mean, he's got to put up big numbers because that first base position, he's considered a first baseman now, not the utility guy, not left field. I mean, it's first base. And Matt Olson's there. You got Freddie Freeman. You have fan favorites. That's where I think it's going to be problematic. That being said, Burley's earned it. He's looked at like an all-star. He hits like an all-star. And they have conversations on the 3 guys, even the top 4 in the lineup, in my opinion. The extended opposition of their scouting reports are mainly on those 4 guys. And I think they've earned the national notoriety, and I hope there's at least 2 Cardinals at the All-Star game. I think there's conversations for at least 4.
Yeah, I agree with that, too. It's fun times for sure. Well, Mark, listen, we appreciate your time today. As always, man, you're always so gracious with your time. We look forward to seeing you working pre- and post-game, and hopefully we're looking at a Cardinals winner tonight.
Yeah, I'll rag Carey next time.
We're all wide open to it,
Waiting
buddy.
for it.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate you.
All right, thanks,
Appreciate
buddy.
you.
All right, that was Mark Sweeney from Cardinals TV joining us. He was on the call over the weekend, and he's always got great stuff.
Yeah.
I love talking to Sweeney. He explains it very well, and he didn't make fun of me, so that was kind of cool.
Next time.
Next time, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right, we will continue with some Cardinals talk when we come back. Cardinals Padres, our entrance survey, right here, 101 ESPN.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is giving you, they're changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them, but not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So if you're looking at Argentina versus Algeria, and you like Lionel Messi, and you say, I know he's going to score me a goal, but he gets subbed out for whatever reason. Whoever comes in for him is now your player, and if he scores, you still win. So you're in it until the final whistle. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. That's FanDuel.com/local to get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel in abundance, and you know the USA scored plenty of them as well. Continue to watch the World Cup. It's been thrilling and fascinating to watch these guys play soccer and do the great job that they're doing. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cardinals back in action tonight here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. They will take on the San Diego Padres. It's time for our entrance survey. We got the starters for the series. Dustin May tonight, Andre Palante tomorrow, and Leahy on Wednesday. Gentlemen, starting with you, Carey, I guess. Who do you have highlighted as a pitcher to watch for this series?
Well, it's going to be Dustin May. I think we continue
for good reasons or bad?
Well, it's good. I'm not nitpicky. I'm not going to go against these guys and not believe they can do the things that I know that they can do. Jamie, I believe they have a really good team, and I believe the pitching eventually will meet up with the lineup, and they will all have a great time. They got to meet and dance in the light with the devil, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I think they are. Dustin May.
How are you today?
What do you mean? You're just waiting on me to throw it back.
You're weird today.
You know, he says
Marsh,
I'm
been
weird
all day, hasn't
because I've been polite to him.
Yeah, that's
despite all of the things he has said to me, trying to get a response or a reaction out of me, and I have not given it to you yet, brother. Because I love you, brother. You know?
No, you don't.
I do.
Stop that. No.
I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna
today.
do.
It's just not you. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly
You're
me.
just really not a nice person usually. So
always a nice person.
Well, we know who to blame for that.
Yeah, that's why Anthony's not here.
Suspended.
What happens?
Dustin May. Like I want to continue to see him prove himself. You know, some people want him traded at the trade deadline. Some people want him to stay here. I just want to see him continue to play well and give this team an opportunity to win games.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know it's there because was it the Brewers? What game was that where he went? Man, it was the Brewers. He went 8 innings and was throwing a no-hitter, if I'm not mistaken. Just had a really good outing. So yeah.
Okay, so Marshy, Carey highlighted Dustin May in a positive light.
For sure.
What do you got for me?
Well, I'm going to go in a slightly negative light.
Well, here it is.
But trying to be positive, it's got to be Kyle Leahy for me. He's gone 6 innings one time this entire season. His last outing, of course, we just saw it against Minnesota on Friday. 5 innings. He gave up 4 earned runs. I want to see when he took on Kansas City, he went 6 innings, only gave up 1 run. Now he walked 3 in that outing. I just want to see innings. That's all I want to see from Kyle Leahy. Like, give us 6 innings, man. Like, that's all I'm looking for.
What if 5 is all he has? Like, if you only got 5, you can't give him 6.
That's a larger issue to me, though.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
A little difficult, right? If you only have 5 to give, you can't magically give him 6.
And sometimes, though, Carey, if you pitch hard enough, you feel like you give him 6.
Okay.
You know?
It's about, I agree with that. Okay. Yeah. It can happen.
All right, so my guy...
It can still be a good 5.
Could be, yeah.
You know, as long as you're not giving up 4 runs, you know, you keep the runs low,
there
you can still
so
give
you're
5.
saying you still get to where you need to get to.
You would rather take a good 5 than a bad 6.
If I was a pitcher, I'd rather give a good 5 than maybe 6 innings that aren't great.
My bad. My bad.
That was at Cooperstown.
It's my bad.
That was in Cooperstown.
You talked about being a catcher earlier, so it's my bad.
Oh, man.
I'm going to highlight Dustin May as well in this one for a lot of the same reasons that Carey already talked about. Just want to see him continue to pitch well. And not that I'm skeptical. I just want to see if he can keep doing it. All right, what's your biggest storyline?
Oh, man, I want to continue to see Blaze Jordan. I want to see if the hype train is real, man, because I'm ready to get all aboard, you know? Get on board with the hype train for Blaze.
There you go.
He's riding. He's the conductor. Ride on through. You hitting them bombs 500 feet. Do it, brother.
Take it.
Do it. Let's see it. Hit one up to Big Mac land tonight. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Free Big Macs for everybody up there.
Oh, man.
I would love that.
I can't remember last time I had a Big Mac.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I was saw McDonald's got the cups back, the world. So they got, you know how they used to have the
World Cup.
souvenir cups
Yeah.
that you could take home? They got like 9 souvenir World Cup cups.
Remember they used to have like the treat of the week?
Yeah.
Just a little toy. You could go
Or
can I get a treat of the week?
The Monopoly game. Do you remember that? When
The
you could
little
peel it off?
stickers.
Somebody was cheating and won. Somebody that worked in the
McDonald's.
Yeah, it was a whole scam that came about.
Yeah,
and you never really won. And you wonder why.
Yeah, you got so close too.
Yeah, every time.
You're like, I just can't seem to get
2 or 3. You're like, man, I can't get it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried the McChicken and the Big Mac and put them together?
So the Big Chicken?
I've never had that.
The what?
The Big Chicken?
So yeah, the McChicken and the Big Mac, you put it together. That's not what it was called. Can't say
the
that.
Mac.
Sure, we'll go with that. You put that together though.
What do? You put the chicken on the Big Mac? Or?
Yes. You
Never
combine
had that.
all of the buns and the chicken and the Big
That's
Mac.
a lot of buns.
That is a lot of buns. That's a lot
It's
of
a
bread.
heartache waiting to happen.
Is there enough meat for all those buns?
It was a lot of meat.
Okay.
Anyways, my biggest storyline. My biggest storyline is if the pitching woes continue, can the offense outscore?
That's kind of where I was going with it too.
Yeah.
Is we've seen the offense be consistent. Can we get some of that pitching, whether it's the starting rotation or the bullpen? I have less faith in the bullpen, unfortunately. Would like to see them to pitch a little more consistently. All right, we got one more. Are we done, Marshy? Do we have to get the feet moving here?
By the way, the text line is letting me know that it was the McChicken in the McDouble. That is correct. Sometimes though, I'd go with the Big Mac though, because I like the sauce. So
sauce is good. It's very good. You know what the sauce is?
Isn't it just Thousand Island?
That's all it is, man. I know. My mom one time.
Is it?
Yeah.
I
So
never
my
knew
mom, we didn't always have a lot of extra money for like McDonald's and stuff. So she made me homemade.
Yeah, heard that conversation.
Cut the top of the bun off, did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then she had the Thousand Island dressing and puts it on top. Oh, what do you do with that? Big Mac sauce.
Special sauce.
I'm like, what? That it's just Thousand Island? Yeah,
Special
son.
sauce.
I'm like, man. And the next time I had a Big Mac, yeah, it's
You
just
taste it
Thousand
now.
Island.
You guys think the Cardinals win this series, or do you think it looks a lot like this weekend?
Oh man, yeah, 2 out of 3.
Win another series, brother.
Cardinals sweep.
Oh,
We're
man.
bringing in the McChicken and the McDouble.
All right.
And we'll combine them.
All right.
On Thursday.
I like it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we have to do. We have to take care of Charlie. He took care of our guy Anthony on Friday, and Anthony did so poorly we left him at home all week this week.
Thought he was in his PJ.
That's on Wednesday.
In New York. Oh, that's right.
Wednesday. Yeah, as of right now, he's just suspended. All right, we got the Gauntlet coming up next here. Charlie's returning. 101 ESPN.
4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It is 4:02 p.m. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers. It's time for the Gauntlet. We got a returning contestant, our guy Charlie. Charlie, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you guys? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, we had a pretty good weekend. The weather was nice and got to sit back and enjoy it a little bit. Hopefully you did the same.
I did. I saw a phenomenal concert at the Sheldon Saturday night, Jeffrey Osborne.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, so it was a perfect weekend.
All right, well, it's a Monday and it's go time. Who would you like today, Marshy, Carey, or myself?
They call Mr. ILL.
Oh,
I.
Carey Davis.
Good luck, Charlie.
Good luck, Carey.
All right, Carey. Get the hell out of here with all that talking nice to people today.
Yes, sir, Jamie.
You got me off balance. All right, Charlie, time to tell Marshy to spin that wheel, please.
Marshy, spin that wheel, please.
Okay, so you got Carey. I would imagine you'd rather not have football?
Probably, and I'd rather not do random again because I got pretty lucky with the questions the other day.
Okay, well, I think we'll meet you in the middle, Marshy. Go ahead.
Not football, not random. It's baseball.
Baseball.
All right. Carey's
Okay.
probably better at that than me, but let's give it a roll.
All right, well, there'll be 4 questions here today, each of them worth 2 points. If you use the options, only worth 1 point. Obviously, wrong answers are 0 points. And if we are tied, we'll go to a tiebreaker. But we will get a winner here today. Charlie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, bud, here we go. Question number 1. On Tuesday night in Queens, Cardinals righty Dustin May fired a season-high 101 pitches. But can you tell us the only St. Louis arm to throw as many as 105 pitches in a single start this season?
Oh, wow. Man. I can't really take the options. You know all the pitchers. Golly. I'll go Andre Palante, final answer.
Okay.
Question number 2. Name the all-time winningest Dominican-born pitcher in Major League Baseball history.
Dominican. Ugh. I'll take the options.
Options are Juan Marichal, Bartolo Colon, or Pedro Martinez.
I will go the big boy, Bartolo Colon. Final answer.
All right, Charlie, question 3. Only 4 active players have amassed at least 50 career triples. Mike Trout, Corbin Carroll, Andrew McCutchen, and who else?
Current players, right?
Yes.
I can see him, I think. I got to take the options.
All right. Is it Trey Turner, Jose Ramirez, or Starling Marte?
That was it. Starling Marte, final answer. That's who I saw. I couldn't say his name.
You got it, bud.
Question number 4. Identify the longtime second baseman who developed severe throwing problems in 1999, making 26 errors during the regular season alone.
I'm going to say Chuck Knobloch, final answer.
All right. Let's get our guy Carey back in here. Charlie, how you feeling?
So I'm not sure about I'm pretty sure I'm way off with Palante, but I just didn't see McGreevy going, and Libby I haven't seen, and I'm blanking out on our fifth starter. So,
well, we'll find out here. Carey's back from the Cone of Silence. Carey, how we doing, bud?
Oh, good, man.
Was it quiet in there?
Very.
Yeah.
Me and my thoughts.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right, your category today. Baseball.
Ah, I love baseball. Baseball been very, very good to me.
Pack a lunch.
Oh.
Yeah. Here we go. On Tuesday night in Queens, Cardinals righty Dustin May fired a season-high 101 pitches. But can you tell us the only St. Louis arm to throw as many as 105 pitches in a single start this season?
Man, I don't think I need the options. I would take Leahy off of that. Palante. You said this season, right?
Correct.
Okay, Palante off. McGreevy. Probably Michael McGreevy. Take Leahy off. Palante, McGreevy. I don't think it's Liberatore. Marshy hates that guy.
What?
I heard it too.
What?
I heard it too.
Let's go Michael McGreevy. Final answer.
All right, question number 2. Name the all-time winningest Dominican-born pitcher in Major League Baseball history.
Oh. All right, give me the options.
Options are Juan Marichal, Bartolo Colon, or Pedro Martinez.
Ooh. You said second all-time winningest?
All-time winningest.
Oh. Why did I hear second?
I don't know. Question
Pedro,
2, maybe?
Bartolo, and
Juan
Marichal. Let's go. Ooh. Let's go Juan. Final answer.
Question 3. Only 4 active players have amassed at least 50 career triples. Mike Trout, Corbin Carroll, Andrew McCutchen, and who else?
Got to be somebody that's got a little bit of speed to him. Shohei would be like the first name that pops up. Yeah. There's a lot of guys that have played baseball that are active, at least still playing, so let me get the options and narrow it down to just 3.
All right. Trey Turner, Jose Ramirez, or Starling Marte?
I don't want to go Jose Ramirez. Let's go Trey Turner. Final answer.
Question number 4. Identify the longtime second baseman who developed severe throwing problems in 1999, making 26 errors during the regular season alone.
Gotta be Chuck Knobloch. Why am I? Is that his name? That's his first name. What's the guy's name? What's the coach for it? That's a different Knobloch. Chuck Knobloch. Final answer. I hope that's his first name. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm so confused with the Oilers guy. I got Knoblochs on my brain.
Bet you do. Okay. Let's go over this here. Let's start with question 1. On Tuesday night in Queens, Cardinals righty Dustin May fired a season-high 101 pitches. But can you tell us the only St. Louis arm to throw as many as 105 pitches in a single start this season? Charlie did not take the options. Said Andre Palante.
That's a good answer.
Carey also did not take the options. Said Michael McGreevy. Marshy, answer is?
It's Matthew Liberatore.
The guy you hate? Oh, my.
Oh, man.
Did it
Guess
against
who?
the Cleveland Guardians in April. Yeah, that was the weekend game where they just kept...
Is that when he threw like 35 in one inning, 45 in one inning?
Probably.
Probably.
Maybe.
Okay.
The math probably maths.
That's probably right.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, question 4. Identify the longtime second baseman who developed severe throwing problems in 1999, making 26 errors during the regular season alone. Charlie said Chuck Knobloch. Carey said Chuck Knobloch. Answer is?
It is Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah, we're 2-2.
He didn't need the option.
After 2.
Good job, Charlie.
Let's go with question 2. Name the all-time winningest Dominican-born pitcher in MLB history. Our guy Charlie said, how about that Bartolo Colon? With the options. Carey with the options said Juan Marichal. Answer is.
It is Bartolo Colon.
3-2 Charlie as we head into the final question. Only 4 active players have amassed at least 50 career triples. Mike Trout, Corbin Carroll, Andrew McCutchen, and who else? With the options. Charlie said Starling Marte. With the options. Carey said Trey Turner. Answer is
Starling Marte.
Charlie.
You have chosen wisely.
Oh, man, Carey. You got him, Charlie. 4-2 today, bud. Congratulations.
Good job, Charlie.
M-I-Z, baby.
Oh, Z-O-U. Look at that. He flipped on you.
Heel turn.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right.
Wow.
Well, Marshall, you're not going to get him, clearly.
Yeah, Marshall, you're in trouble now.
Wow.
Good
Well, he
game,
might
Charlie.
go with you tomorrow,
I know
Jamie.
Charlie's kind of a scumbag. All right, Charlie, good job, man. We will have you back on tomorrow, and it'll be Andrew or myself as you continue to work your way through the gauntlet here.
Thanks, guys. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. Thanks for playing.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Good job.
Carey. And our guy Charlie wasn't happy. He's like, baseball. He's like, Carey will probably beat me at baseball. Maybe he was setting us up. Maybe Charlie really is a bad person.
We don't know. We'll find out, though, right?
Sounds like a great guy, but he's starting to notice some things here.
By the way, I know Carey's supposed to go to the penalty box, but speaking of hockey, we got Jim Montgomery coming up next. Why don't we save Carey one more segment in his normal spot, and then we'll send him delayed penalty, of course.
Delayed penalty.
Then we'll send him to the box.
All right, well, you heard Marshy. We got the head coach of the Blues. Big announcement today with the additions to his coaching staff. We'll talk to Jim Montgomery next, right here on 101 ESPN.
Fellas, you remember when you were 25, those early morning workouts were a breeze. You had the drive to get it all done way before the first cup of coffee, and now you fast forward to today. I'm 45. I started losing my edge, and I know some of you have as well. It might not be your age. It could be low testosterone, and that is where Mentality comes in and helps you. They will run a comprehensive 100-point blood panel and get to the bottom of what's really going on with you. And the thing that I love most about Mentality is they give you real answers in layman's terms that you can understand, not the doctor speak, not all those terms and techniques and things that you have no clue what they mean. They'll build a personalized treatment plan for you for testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. So if you want to get down to them and talk to them, they have all of the things in place for you. 2 great locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. Same great people that will help you out. They can't make you 25 again, but they can help you feeling like you're 25 again. So schedule your appointment today with Mentality at Low T USA. That's lowtusa.com. That's Mentality.
Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and we are joined by our good buddy and head coach of the St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery. Monty, how we doing, bud?
I'm excited, boy. Tarzan's excited.
I love it, buddy. I love it. So, all right. So, obviously, huge news today. You know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this might be the only time in the NHL where you've really been able to help and handpick your coaching staff. So, without further ado, why don't you introduce your guys to us, and then we'll go through some of the process.
Yeah, thanks. It is the first time where I've been able to sit back and build the staff along, obviously, with Steiner and Army helping immensely, guiding and assisting with a lot of just the traits we wanted in people. It was really important. Like, I really wanted someone that had head coaching experience in the NHL, but had head coaching experience really developing a younger team in the NHL. And in Greg Cronin, that's exactly what he's done. He spent 2 years as a head coach in Anaheim. He worked with top 5 picks throughout their lineup over the course of top 5 picks of 4 years in a row. And, you know, the likes of Zegras and I'm forgetting the Swede's name, but he's unbelievable. Carlson, they had 3 first-round draft picks on the back end. And they had also their second, the defenseman I played with his dad in Pembroke.
The old Lumber Kings.
Yeah, the old Lumber Kings. The what's his name? His dad owned the Lumber Kings, their second-line center. The guy that held out.
McTavish.
McTavish, yeah. So those are high-end players that he's had the opportunity to know what it takes, how much patience it takes, how you got to constantly remind young players of the right way to play, of getting on the right side of the puck. And that is a skill, to remain positive, to continue to stay in a teaching mode. And that's what we're going to have to do here, because we have tremendous young players, really talented. And someone who's been through that is really going to help, being able to help me with the push-pull with a younger group. Because everywhere I've been, for the majority of my career, I haven't had as young of a nucleus as we're going to have next year here in St. Louis. And that excites me about Greg Cronin. And then once I got Greg Cronin in place with a defensive acumen like he does for details, habits, sticks, boxing out, penalty kill, it really allowed us to say, okay, now I need an offensive mindset. And getting someone who had experience playing in the league, I think if the guy has spent time honing his craft as a coach and spent time in the minors or wherever he's done it, and has learned how to do the video, how to teach the video, how to present the video, and then he has the ability to understand the locker room and connect with players and understand what they're going through, and has the power play acumen of Vinny Prospal, I'm really excited about how these guys are going to help our young men and our players get better.
Monty, I know both of these guys very well. Played for Greg as an assistant in New York, played with Vinny in Ottawa. And, you know, we get a lot of people on the text line here wondering, too. And, look, you talk about Greg Cronin. He's a details guy. He definitely sends his message very clearly. But he's a little tough on the players sometime. Were you looking for somebody like that to kind of be that regimented, maybe military-esque type guy sometimes?
Yeah, Crow, I think everyone thinks of him, and you knew him, I believe, as an assistant coach.
Correct.
And you know, you're old school, so you wouldn't have found it no big deal dealing with Greg. But Crow as a head coach was much more harder and military-like than he is as an assistant coach. But what I do like that he doesn't have a problem grabbing a guy who is not doing the right thing, maybe having bad body language, and saying, hey, this is the way we do things here. This is our standard. And that's coaching to me. That's not being hard on someone. And it's nice to have another person of that ilk on our staff. You know, that's what makes Steve Ott a really good coach, is he has no problem doing that as well. And that's what I'm excited about. And Vinny's passion is the same thing. If someone's not working, Vinny's going to be on them on the bench. But if they're doing the right things, Vinny's also going to be the loudest cheerleader you've ever heard on the bench.
Coach, I can hear it in your voice. You sound like you're pumped and ready to go. It's about
fired up, Carey.
2 months since your last game. How excited are you? Are you ready to get back to it? Are you enjoying your time off? Are you ready to get back with the guys and get to work?
I've been really enjoying my time off. It's been great spending a lot of time with Alexander Steen. For Steener and I to understand, we're really starting to get each other, understand each other, and much more in depth because we're spending so much time together. And then, the staff gets me really excited. How talented of a team we're going to have. It's going to be young. We're going to have, a lot of teaching moments, but the energy is going to be very noticeable, I believe. And when you add that to the fact that Jeremy Kupal is going to be heading our video department as a / assistant. He's not going to be on the ice, but he's going to have that title. And then I still have the Rock, David Alexander, on the staff, the guy that is just a great connection between understanding the players and communicating patterns of goal scoring and denying goals in the league. We have a smaller staff, but I love the fact that we're smaller.
Monty, watching the Stanley Cup Finals play out and watching, the Hurricanes in Vegas, obviously different styles of play and the way the teams are built very differently. But if we look at Carolina and what they've been able to build there through drafting, developing, good coaching and culture, is that a team you look at right now and say, okay, how do we get to there, to be that consistent year after year while having players who want to be there? They love Rod Brindamore, love the city, they talk about the culture like it's awesome there. Is that kind of a team you look at right now?
Well, I think Carolina is a team that everyone has looked at for a long time because they're so hard to play against, and that's the number one thing. Rod Brindamore, I remember talking to him this year when we played out there, and I said, what is the key to this? He goes, well, the key is that we compete every day in practice, and that Stahl, Slavin, Aho, and he had, what's the number 48's name?
Martinook.
Martinook. He goes, those 4 guys have been here my entire time. They set the tone every day. They know I go to them and I said, this needs to be a hard practice. We need to compete today. They raise the level. He goes, I can talk. He can count on his hand, less than one hand, how many times those guys weren't ready to practice for the team in 8 years. And when you get that kind of symmetry between management, head coach, and your leadership core, that's when you consistently become hard to play against. That's what the Blues had with Hitchcock and the teams led by Pietrangelo and Steen and Stasny and Bortuzzo and all the guys that, especially the guys who were part of the 2019 team, O'Reilly and them.
Coach, you all are a couple of weeks away from the draft, and obviously I think you all have been doing a really good job of drafting players in the last few years. When you're looking at prospects and guys that you want to bring into the organization, is it a skill set? Is it a mindset? Is it, what the team needs at that specific moment? What exactly goes into making those draft picks, and what do you weigh more on when you're drafting that player?
That's a great question for Alexander Steen because and I'm not trying to pass the buck, but as coaches, we don't do much with the draft picks. We may look at some film on some of the higher end picks, but really that comes down. We have full-time head scout that is looking at these guys at least 30 times during the year in person. We have area scouts that look at these guys 40 to 50 times. That's what those guys get paid for. For me to come in and look on film and say, this guy's better than that guy, I'd be doing a disservice to our organization. And that's where Alexander Steen watches these guys play. That's where Doug Armstrong watches these guys play. And that's why they manage the organization, and I coach the St. Louis Blues.
Hey, Monty, getting back to the assistant coaches that you added here today, or that were announced anyways today, how important was it for you in particular to have some guys here to bolster your special teams, both penalty kill and power play?
Yeah, I mean, it was really important. You know, Greg Cronin, when he was in the Islanders, he was the first one to start that top-down pressure where they pressured right below the hash marks, and the D-men kind of stayed inside the dots, and the forwards looked like almost they were constantly whipping in a circular motion, like a whirlpool. And they had tremendous success. They led the NHL for, I think, 3 years in a row in penalty killing. They were in top 3. And he did that. So he has a very creative mind. He understands how to take away the most important areas on the penalty kill and 5-on-5 defense to put teams in predictable areas for us to be able to kill plays. So that was really important that I had someone that's had a lot of success running the penalty kill. And then, you know, through the interview process, it was very evident that Vinny Prospal had some strong beliefs on what makes a very successful power play. We are going to be much more of an attack mindset power play. And a lot of his beliefs, I believe in 100%. And we're going to see more people and pucks going to the net on the power play.
I love it, man. I love it, Monty. The thing I love the most is your energy today. Honestly, you can tell that you're pumped up. You're excited for these new additions and to get started. So, you know, good luck, man. We really appreciate you coming on today. We're excited, too. I know both of those guys are going to be tremendous additions to your staff, and we look forward to talking to you again and also catching up on all these things in a little while.
I am, too. In another couple of months, I'm going to be a single digit. So look out on the golf course.
Wait. Who's keeping score?
My pencil is.
Well, buddy, look, the weather's beautiful out there. Take advantage of it. Hit the golf course. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your family. And we'll see you in the cold ice rink soon.
You got it, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
You got it, Coach. Thank you very much. That was head coach Jim Montgomery. Man, he sounds happy. Carey?
He sounds like he's
usually
ready to
always
roll.
in a pretty good mood. He's got a nice ray of sunshine usually around him. But he sounds extra happy today.
You get some time off from working and able to, and I know he's still working, but like the hockey grind of 82 games or 84 games now, and not having to do that traveling and all. You get some type of consistency in your life, your day to day, in terms of being at home and kind of taking care of some things. It does give you some energy back. It does allow you to get revved up for the next season. And I loved, the answers, the power play. Going to be more aggressive. I don't know, Jamie. You told me, you explained to me, like the only way to score is to shoot the puck
and get bodies to the net,
and get people in front of the net. And it sounds like Monty agrees. So they're going to do more of that and really be more aggressive on the penalty kill and 5-on-5 defensively. I'm looking forward to these changes and also looking forward to seeing the responses of some of these players who we've talked about, like, are you willing to sacrifice and do what is required to win at a consistent level? And that is being uncomfortable. Like, there's no comfort in success.
No.
Like, you got to find that uncomfortable spot and stay there and go through it. And then you find comfort when you finally start to win. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I think his energy is important because I'm sure there's some fans out there that are a little skeptical of the assistant coach hirings. We talked about, Cronin and the whole situation in Anaheim. So I understand maybe some fans being like, well, okay, like we'll see how this goes. But we know what type of coach Jim Montgomery is. Mm-hmm. And if he is very excited about these two joining the staff, that goes a long way. And it seems like our text line is fired up as well.
Yeah, here's something to be very aware of. Jim Montgomery's a really smart guy. Mm-hmm. He is. He's a good judge of character. He's been around for a number of years, so he can smell BS a mile away. And if he is confident in what these guys bring to the table, then I I believe in what he's picking. I had Greg Cronin as an assistant coach with the Islanders. He wasn't a defense coach. He was the forward coach at the time. Super intense dude. Good guy to be around. He can be a lot of fun as well. So, you know, sometimes people just aren't head coaches. Sometimes they're not. We've seen it in football. We've seen it in baseball. Sometimes guys just aren't the head coach, or they don't flourish in that role. So who knows? We'll see. To me, it's always like, what are we getting now? Because everybody changes, they adapt, they learn things, they mature, all that stuff. So it's gonna be fun to see. Anyways, it's fun talking to Jim Montgomery. We thank him for his time. Coming up next, we're gonna have the biggest question of the day, and that is, who do we blame? Because we want to blame somebody for the recent bullpen woes.
Anthony!
Yeah, we'll blame Anthony next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We just got done talking with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery as the Blues have some new assistant coaches, Greg Cronin and Vinny Prospal. We talked about that with Blues head coach Jim Montgomery. We also talked earlier today with Mark Sweeney of Cardinals TV, and we'll talk later with Jeremy Rutherford. If you missed anything from today's show, including those interviews, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Cardinals back in action tonight, taking on the San Diego Padres. Dustin May on the mound. First pitch is at 6:45. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh back with you here on the Fast Lane. Our biggest question of the day. Marshy, what do you got?
All right, well, we've been teasing it throughout the show. Who is to blame for the recent bullpen woes? Of course, you have the bullpen themselves, all the guys that contributed to the Cardinals losing 2 of 3 this weekend, as well as the final game of that Mets series. Believe it or not, there's some people that think Ollie is the reason why the bullpen is where they're at right now, at least, currently. Or is it the starters? Do the starters have a role in the bullpen woes this weekend?
Yeah.
Or is it maybe a little combo of everything?
Well, I've got the answer. It's very clear. Who to blame for this?
Who?
Jeff Albert. Jeff Albert.
I did not think you were going to say that.
I'm talking about. When in doubt, we blame him. Don't you know that?
I don't know.
What year is it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even when we just played the Mets and we kicked the crap out of him, people are still blaming Jeff Albert. Look at that. Look how bad he is in New York now. Anyways, all right. In all seriousness,
I was not expecting that name. I thought you were going to say Anthony.
Wow,
is that 2 on the nose?
That's why you bring up his nose? Dude. The hell, man? That guy's not even here to defend himself.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know who to blame. I'm going to blame the pitchers themselves, quite honestly.
All of them?
Just if we're talking about the bullpen, I'll blame all of those guys. You got a job to do.
I think,
are you overpitched? Maybe.
There you go. I think it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. Like, if you have to trot the same guys out there every single day, eventually they're going to get worn down. They're going to get gassed. But if you are, I have said this, Jamie, we've talked about this time and time again, it's your job as a professional athlete to do your job. Mm-hmm. And if you are unable to do your job, sooner or later, you're not going to have a job to do. And so that's what it boils down to. I probably don't get bothered as much by the failures of certain players, especially when you see them failing over and over and over again, because I know at some point that player ain't going to be able to fail, at least at this level, because they're going to move on to someone else. Mm-hmm. When that happens, I don't know. But you have evidence of this happening. You saw Victor Scott failing, struggling over and over and over again. What'd they do? Send him down. You saw Nolan Gorman failing, struggling over and over and over again. What'd they do? Send him down. So eventually, and maybe the pitching staff, maybe the bullpen takes a little bit longer because the players that they have to replace them. Nathan Church was ready to roll. Mm-hmm. He's here. Blaze Jordan was ready to roll. He's here. It's easier to move on from those guys, but if you don't have the guys in the minors that are ready to replace what you have, it makes it a little bit harder, and it takes a little bit longer.
That was going to be my next question. We've seen Chaim Bloom have some urgency to fix a struggling offense because the offense was struggling. Then Nootbaar comes back. You just mentioned the 2 moves that brought Nathan Church back to the big league squad, and then, of course, Blaze Jordan comes up, makes his debut with the Cardinals this past weekend in Minnesota. Do you see Chaim Bloom in the near future sort of being creative and getting some new arms up here to help this team? Or do you think he, waits it out a little bit?
I think he'd love to be creative. I just don't know how you do it. Because what he did with the other guys, the positional players, is he found the hot hand and said, I'm going to go for it. So Blaze Jordan, not a third baseman, said, you know what, I don't care. We're going to give it a try because he's hitting very well. Jimmy Crooks, can't keep him in the minors forever. We're going to bring him up. Even Velasquez, he was producing. Bring him up. But I just don't know if you have that arm. I think he's tried a couple times. He had Fernandez go down, called him back up. Roycroft is back up now. But that's my point, Mark. That face you just made, like you bit into someone's fart. That face you just made told me everything. Because what do they have? Well, you're not going to bring up Liam Doyle to go to your bullpen or Quinn Matthews. You're not. That's not part of the plan. That's not what the whole thing is. As far as Chaim Bloom wanting to build his pitching stuff. But who do you have down there as a reliever that's going to come up, change things up, and wow you?
Well, I think that's the key, right? Like, you could bring some arms up, but then
what if they're worse?
Well, that's the thing. There's some young guys,
or not
right?
ready.
They're not exactly. I think that right now, and maybe it's like recency bias, but it seems like everybody that they have brought up, at least from a positional standpoint, has been awesome.
Yeah.
So
they've done a great job. Now, we know that Chaim Bloom went and got a whole bunch of pitching, but that doesn't mean he went and got a whole bunch of pitching that's ready. So I think that's part of the reason you're seeing Leahy as a starter now. You're seeing some things. I don't ultimately know what the solution is from a roster construction standpoint. You might be able to pick up a reliever on the open market somewhere, someone who just got DFA'd or someone who's not played, but what are you really getting? If a guy's DFA'd or something from a team, he's probably not pitching great.
We did get a text from, let's see here, did it toggle on me? No, it's from Matt. He says, regarding who's to blame for the Cardinals' bullpen recent struggles, aren't the opposing hitters somewhat responsible?
Well, of course they are.
Got to give them credit as well.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather not do that.
Like Jojo Romero against the Mets. Yeah, he gave up a home run. Who did he give up a home run to?
Juan Soto.
Some bum named Juan Soto.
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
Is he not good?
I mean, if you like a lot of home runs and
a lot of
talent and speed.
Money.
Byron Buxton.
Is he having a year, huh?
Fantastic over the weekend.
Wow. He is having a year.
Is he good?
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
There you go. I don't know, man.
Now, there's a couple other guys that got, some base hits over the weekend where I'm like, I've never heard of that guy before.
But he's in the majors.
He is in the majors, so we do got to give him credit.
Yeah.
Give him credit.
Well, whatever the Cardinals decide, hopefully it helps the bullpen because we saw a couple of games fall by the wayside. What do you got?
War Corgi goes, worse? Are they going to give up 4 home runs?
That's a good point.
Not wrong.
Well played, War Corgi. All right, coming up next, beat the streak and bet the board. You all right, Kerry?
Well, they got a good pitcher.
Who did?
The Padres got Peralta pitching, who's a lefty.
Oh, that changes. Nothing, because we already got the lineup done. We nailed it.
Well,
the lineup didn't change, though.
We did have a little controversy when we went into the lineup. We're like, MLB.com's got TBD on the mound. ESPN had Giolito on the mound.
Yeah.
What is going on?
MLB has Peralta starting. And so does
the Cardinals
Wandy
lineup
Peralta.
is still the same?
It is the same. It did not change.
All right.
I don't think. Nope, same.
Cool. All right, beat the streak. Bet the board. Next.
how to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You're ready to hit.
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
It's a fast lane here, 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh. It is time for Bet the Board and Beat the Streak. Which one are we doing first?
We're doing Beat the Streak.
Let's
We
do
have
that.
Kevin. Kevin is back again.
Kevin, how are you, bud?
Good. How's it going?
We're good, man. We're good. You're hanging around, eh, buddy?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so Marshy standings.
All right, Jamie, you have a streak of 9.
Ooh, Carey.
Kevin has a streak of 6. Ooh. I have a streak of 3. Anthony has a streak of 2. And Carey is at 1.
All right. Well, give me that Herrera.
All right.
You're up, Kev.
All right. I'll take Jordan Walker.
There you go. Good call.
I'm going to go with Alec Burleson.
Wow.
Who did Anthony take? Is it me or Anthony? It's Anthony.
It is Anthony. He did text us before. I feel like before we even showed up to work today.
Yeah, 11 o'clock this morning. I told him too late. He's got Newt.
Newt Bar.
For Beat the Streak.
All right. You know what? Give me Fernando Tatis.
Junior. Oh, you disgust me.
I go by the numbers, man. I don't.
You disgust me.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Good behavior.
I'm sorry.
What? I thought we were all going Cardinals.
You feel that way?
That's what I thought, yeah.
I still want the Cardinals to win.
I don't know about you anymore.
You know.
All right, Kev. Good luck, buddy, and hopefully we're chatting with you again tomorrow.
Sounds good. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, buddy. Take care. Time for
All right.
Bet
Bye.
the Board. Marshy, give us a standings update.
All right, I am still in the lead with 6 points. Anthony picked up a point. He was the only one to pick up a point on Friday. So he's at 5. Carey, you are at 4, and Jamie, you are at 3.
Whatever, dude.
What do you have, 6?
I have 6.
And we all missed on Friday except for you?
No, we all missed except for Anthony. He had the Knicks covering the spread. They ended up winning outright. So
look at him.
Yeah.
Big brain on him.
That is what it is. All right. I am looking at Dustin May tonight. Dustin May. Do I want to go with outs recorded or do I want to go with strikeouts?
I don't know, Marshy. This is why we're asking you.
I'm going to go with strikeouts. Give me Dustin May, 6+ strikeouts, plus odds at plus 114.
Nice.
Okay. Our guy Anthony did send in a Bet the Board. He would like the Athletics of Nowhereville on the money line. Look at you now, Carey.
Is it me? Oh, give me Brandon Lau, 1.5 hits, runs, RBI.
All right. Give me the Arizona Diamondbacks on the money line. They're at minus 132. All right, that's your Bet the Board. All right, Marshy, you got Dustin May with the, what did you say, 6 and more strikeouts?
Yeah, 6+ strikeouts.
Okay.
It is plus odds, by the way. So
These last couple of games, he's got up there with the strikeouts, for sure. He had, 9 to 1 game, and then I think he had 6 or 7.
I think you're starting to see Dustin May figure some things out, man.
Yeah, so his last outing in that 7-0 victory over the Mets, he had 6 strikeouts. The 2 previous outings against Texas and Milwaukee, 9 strikeouts. Pittsburgh, 7 strikeouts. You have to go back to when he faced Kansas City. That game went to extras. He only had 3, but he did go 6 innings, giving him 3 earned runs, but he walked 4. So
that's interesting that after all those strikeouts recently that he's got plus odds on that.
I mean, I don't know. These guys know. They know everything.
I know. They know more.
They know more than we do.
More than we do, that's for sure. So, all right. Your Cardinals tonight have got the Padres in town. Looks like a beautiful evening. So hopefully head down to the ballpark. If you're feeling crazy, get those tarps off with all the youngins out there in right field. Carey, what do you think? Cardinals win tonight?
Yeah, I got them. I told you, 2 out of 3.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me which 2.
First and the third.
First and the third. They're going to stub their toe in the middle, are they?
Maybe. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you get you get a little confident, you get a little excited, and you got to get back aligned with what you're doing.
On an Andre Palante start?
Who started? Okay, you know what? The first two, my bad. Game 3.
Leahy, you're not going there, huh?
If I got to choose 2 out of 3,
okay.
I'm going to go with the first 2.
All right.
You know.
All right.
Jamie, you get it.
I do.
Yep.
All right. We got JR joining us next. He was I think he was on the Zoom call or whatever they have for Monty and Army and all that stuff. We're going to find out what JR knows that maybe we don't. We're talking about the Blues coaching additions next here on 101 ESPN.
time for the Rutherford Report on 101 ESPN.
Anything you folks want to know about the fascinating world of pro hockey, here we go.
We are back here in the fast lane. Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh. We head out to our celebrity hotline. Ooh, baby. We got a big one today. Jeremy Rutherford from The Athletic. JR, how we doing?
Yeah, that way overplayed. But how you guys doing?
JR, we need you to match Monty's energy today. We had Monty come on here, and he was screaming like Tarzan at the start of this thing.
That is so funny you say that because I didn't have a chance to listen, which I usually do, but I was just working on a story about the new assistant coaches. So I'll have to go back and podcast. Do you want to do the podcast promotion right now?
Yeah, that podcast brought to you by Schaefer Door Company.
It's funny you say that because we just had him on a Zoom, 45 minutes or an hour ago, and it was high intensity. I was like, hey, he wants to get the season started already. So I noticed that when we were talking to him earlier, so I'm sure he sounded that way with your interview too.
Yeah, so I kind of knew this, and that's why I asked him when we talked to him, but this is truly the first time he's had a hand in helping pick his staff. And so going through the process with Steiner and Army and whatnot, and obviously the interview process, I think that's why he's so jacked up, is he's always kind of inherited a staff before.
Yeah, we asked him that too, and he said that it's the first time since college. You know, he was at Denver, so that he was able to pick his staff. And, you know, you look at Dallas, you look at Boston, and then even when he came here to St. Louis, he inherited the staff before him. So that was great for him, he said, to be able to be involved in the search from the ground up. And, you know, Cronin's a guy that I'm sure he told you guys he almost hired in Boston. He didn't, but he's had a relationship, talks a lot to him about the game of hockey. And then also Vinny Prospal, who he had as a roommate in the AHL for a year. So these are two guys that he's familiar with. But obviously in this league, you can't just hire guys that you know, and you got to bring in guys that are going to help this team. And what I like, guys, I'm trying to bring the energy that Jim Montgomery brought, so I'll pick up my voice here. I said what I like is that they had a checklist of things. They wanted to bring in some guys who could really work with some young players and some areas that they want to grow in. And the checklist pointed to guys like Greg Cronin and Vinny Prospal, and they were able to get them. So by all accounts, from the outside perspective here, they really did their due diligence and found two guys that are going to help this young roster.
Yeah, listening to Monty talk about the coaches, it was exciting to hear, you know, that those are coaches that are really good with the defensive aspect, Cronin being really good with the defensive aspect, and holding guys accountable. What are your thoughts on that? Because I think when fans hear holding players accountable, you have a few names that come to mind. But what do you think about the addition of them and that being part of the role for them?
It's great. That's got to be music to the ears of Blues fans. Everybody loves that word, accountability. And some of these players, they've come in and, you know, gotten to know the coaching staff, you know, Mike Weber, Claude Julien, you know, very good coaches, especially Julien with 20-plus years in the league. But I think when you come in and there's a new staff and there's, you know, kind of a new way of doing things, and, you know, after the season fell apart last year, you know, you're really trying to hit the reset. And you can see all these young players, you know, the Snuggeruds, the Dvorskys. You could have another couple coming in this year with Cardinal and Juracek. You know, it really feels like they're building something, and they know that these coaches were coming in to work with a young roster. And so I think when you get a Cronin in there, he's a firm guy. Listen, anybody you talk to is going to talk about his reputation as being a guy who's going to just bring it every day and hold that accountability. So I think that that's another area as far as that checklist goes, that they wanted to bring into to this team, and they've apparently found the right guys.
Jared, when you guys were talking to Monty earlier, did you guys talk about special teams and you know what they're looking for? Because we had him on here. He talked a little bit about, you know, especially Vinny Prospal, just the way he described how he wants this power play to look, more pucks to the net, more guys to the net, less passing the puck around the perimeter. Just wanted to find out if there's anything more that Monty added to that, or even if he elaborated on some of the penalty kill stuff.
Yeah, just a little bit with the power play. He talked about Prospal, and here's a guy 1,100 games in the NHL. And also, I think it's about 80 power play goals for Prospal and 160 some odd points on the power play throughout his career. So he's a guy who's been on the unit, and he said, yeah, he's going to bring some different ideas. And look, you know, we're not telling anybody anything new when we talk about the Blues were too perimeter oriented last year. You know, Steve Ott's had the unit for a while. Jim Montgomery took it over after Steve Ott left. So I just think it's going to be great to have, you know, outsider coming in, new look. You know, I'm sure he's familiar with the personnel somewhat, but he's going to be with these guys on a day-to-day basis and find out what they can do. And, you know, what a lot of coaches do, Riv, and you know this, is with this new era of players, these young players who are always asking the why, a lot of coaches talk to them and, hey, what do you think could work? And it's not where you put them in charge, where they're calling the shots on the power play, but, you know, try to get their eyes and their information involved in the process. So I'm sure that Prospal, after working 3 years in the American Hockey League, coming from a situation with young players, he's going to be able to incorporate that here in St. Louis.
JR, I'm sure you watched the Stanley Cup final and saw the Carolina Hurricanes finish it off last night. When you watch those games and the playoffs, do you ever find yourself asking how far away the Blues are from being in those moments? And if so, how far away are the Blues from being in those moments?
Sometimes, CD, it's just great hockey to watch, right? But especially Carolina, and I'm not taking anything away from Vegas. They really brought it, and, you know, it looks like they're out of a game and they're right back in it, tied, and, you know, pushing Carolina to the limit a little bit. But Carolina, you know, the takeaway with them is they're so deep and they come at you in waves, and their veterans really lead, and their veterans, you know, make plays. You look at, you know, Jordan Staal, it was kind of like what O'Reilly did in the Cup run, and they had a stat that was pretty similar, scoring in a stretch of games in the Stanley Cup final. You know, Gretzky and O'Reilly are in that same sentence in terms of having that record, and now Jordan Staal joins them. And so then you got young players that are stepping up too, and, you know, it didn't work out with Frederick Anderson, and they bring in a goalie, you know, like Jordan Binnington coming in January of that year and stepping up and playing well. So, you know, I don't think there's much that you can say, okay, the Blues need to do this to be Carolina in a couple years. They've got different types of players and young players that are going to be here soon that are going to help. And, you know, this thing's going to look a lot different in a couple years. The Blues, I think, just need to be themselves, continue down the path that they're going. Yeah, if you want to take some bits and pieces from the successful teams in the league like Carolina, you can, but I don't think there's a way for the Blues to mimic what they're doing.
All right, JR, now they got the coaches in place. The draft is just around the corner here for the Blues. I ask you this almost every time we talk, but you just never know. Things start to happen as it gets closer. Not so much who they might draft, but is there any other talk out there right now, the Blues making any kind of moves, any kind of a trade to move up or even player related?
Yeah, all I keep hearing is active. And the one thing that we have to keep in mind is, you know, that gets talked about a lot. And then when nothing happens, you know, the fans say, hey, I thought the Blues said they were going to be active, and that's what you reported. And, hey, listen, you can't control what the other teams do. It's what the Blues are trying to do, and then if there's a willing partner. So are they going to trade up to number 2? You know, they'd probably like to, but will it happen? We don't know. I suspect at the end, maybe you see them move up a couple spots in the draft. If there's a guy out there at 8, 9 that they like, you know, could they move a couple first-round picks to go up? Possibility. And then in terms of the current roster, you know, Doug Armstrong, when I did the interview with him a couple weeks ago, he said it's just too early. You know, teams don't necessarily get serious until, you know, June 20th, June 21st. So we're inching closer to those dates, guys. But, you know, they're just not there in terms of when Doug Armstrong believed that talks could get more serious with teams.
All right, JR. Well, we will keep our ears and eyes open. We'll be watching all the stuff you're putting together over at The Athletic, and we'll talk to you again real soon, probably before the draft, and see if we get any more scoops from you. Until then, thank you for joining us today, bud.
Yep. No, thanks. I'll go back and listen to the pod. And enough energy, or need to bring more next time?
No, you definitely upped your game, but when you hear the beginning of... Oh, Marshy has it for you. So here was the beginning.
All right.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that was our head coach doing Tarzan.
That's awesome.
One of a kind.
Right, well,
He's
thanks,
a beauty.
Guys. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Take care, man.
JR.
We'll talk to you soon. All right, good stuff there from JR.
Yeah, man.
Love hearing what he's got for us. And again, check out his stuff over on The Athletic, Jeremy Rutherford, JP Rutherford on Twitter/X. One of the best in the business, so please check out all that stuff. Okay, it is time for Sports Six Pack, at least the first version of it. Part 1, text in to 314-399-9646. Sports Six Pack, next on 101 ESPN.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's a Fast Lane here with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsh. Time for the Sports Six Pack.
Question number 1.
All right, we get a text from the 636. It was a question from BK and Ferrario.
Ooh.
As a fan of your team, if your team lost the Stanley Cup final and you went to that game, would you stay to watch the opposing team be presented the Stanley Cup?
Maybe I look at this differently because I'm a fan, but I'm not like a super fan just because I'm too close to it.
Yeah.
You know? I think out of respect for the team that wins it, I'm going to watch some of the stuff because even though you may not like that team, it's not your team. Every team has a storyline to it. Every team has something that you root for. And once the game is over, it's okay to be happy that Jordan Stahl is lifting the Stanley Cup. It's okay to watch to see if Rod Brendamore, what he does with it 20 years after winning it the last time. Or, Jacob Slavin, a guy who's been there forever, finally gets his Stanley Cup. I think it's okay. I'm not going to sit there and celebrate and cheer, but I don't know. For me, I like to take in those moments. I like to look and see how those guys feel.
I probably wouldn't. I mean, I would probably, be just disappointed that my team did not win. And I'd be like, you know what? It's over. Season's over. Year's over. Time to get in the car and head home. I probably wouldn't. Like when I watch it on TV, I do. But I don't know if I'm there.
Yeah.
If I paid money to go watch my favorite team, I don't know if I would sit there and watch.
Yeah. But again, we're looking at it a little differently.
Yeah.
And hockey, it's different. The Stanley Cup is different. Like the Super Bowl, there's so many people that are on the field. Like Carey can talk from, I can just talk from watching it on TV. It's a zoo of people all over the place. All of a sudden, you've got like 6, 7 guys on the podium with the owner touching the trophy, and then guys try to get a hold of it. There's guys that can't even get to their own trophy because there's too many people in the way. That I'm kind of like, whatever. Yeah. Basketball, it's flooded with people again.
Yeah. I like basketball is easier. You got 15 guys on the team. They all can be on the podium. Football is no way.
There's no chance.
Too many large human beings and not enough room for 53 people.
You can't keep the crowd out, right? Like, so the Stanley Cup, media and team get on the ice. The media has an area where they're allowed to be, and they're told stay out of the way for the cup presentation.
There's a couple video camera guys and photographers that almost got knocked out last night by some of the guys just carrying the cup. Did you see that?
No, it happens all the time.
I was like, get out of the way!
But so if in hockey you're allowed that moment of just your teammates pretty much enjoying the cup. They present it to the captain, not the owner of the team. So I don't know. I stick around, but again, I'm a hockey guy. Yeah, so I feel like there's always a story.
Yeah. I think that is cool as well. The first person to touch it is the captain. Like, not the coach, not the owner, not, it's, and not that those people don't have a huge part in contributing into what was done, but for the captain to take a team 82 games in a regular season and then, win 16 games in the playoffs, like, that's a lot on that man to be able to do that. And for him to be the first one to touch it each time and then pass it to the next person, I think that's a really cool thing that hockey does.
I would absolutely stay. I mean, one, it's the Stanley Cup. How often do you get to see that thing in person? You're at the game, and I think it's one of the coolest presentations in sports. But even if it wasn't the Stanley Cup and it was the Super Bowl or the World Series, if my team lost, I would still watch. Like, it's a terrible moment for you as a fan because your team lost, but it
feels like torture.
It is, but
like you would watch if the Blues lost in the Stanley Cup final and it was at Enterprise, you would stay and watch the opposing team. Get the cup. Oh,
I went to
feels like torture.
I went to Game 4 of the 2004 World Series when the Red Sox won. I watched the entire thing.
Yeah,
it's torture.
That's
why he was. That's why he blessed the couch years later, because
we didn't want that to happen again.
Story,
well, they won in 2006. They did end up winning, but I watched that entire thing. One, because it was history, because the Red Sox broke the curse.
Yeah.
But two, it's the trophy, it's the presentation. To me, it's cool. Regardless if my team loses, I still you paid money to go see it.
And the traffic's usually terrible, too.
Absolutely.
Better to wait a few minutes.
You might as well wait,
Might
right?
as well wait in there.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Question number 2.
From the 636, with how good the Cardinals' offense has been, can this open up for a quote-unquote star pitcher wanting to come to St. Louis? Feels like the big star player hasn't wanted to come to St. Louis lately. Maybe this rebuild will help it.
It doesn't hurt it. That's for sure. If you're a good young pitcher and you know you got a team that can put up 21 runs in 3 games and 22 runs not too long ago at Cincinnati, I think you'd be happy to go there. Yeah, Kerry, you have your hand up. You have a question?
I mean, that's cool, but Team A is paying you $30 million a year, and Team B, St. Louis Cardinals, is going to pay you $15.
I'm talking about all things being equal.
I'm not.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well, then why the hell would you come here?
Exactly.
Okay, but what if they're on par?
I don't think it matters how well the offense is doing.
What if you've already signed a contract
if
and
the money
the Cardinals
ain't the
want to
same?
trade for you?
Do you have a no trade clause?
I don't know.
If you don't, I mean, if they want to trade for you and the money is, that means then the money is there.
Cardinals.
I don't hate the Cardinals. Why would you say such a thing?
Well, because we brought up a really good scenario.
I brought up another scenario in which I ask the man who understands finances
filled with negativity
better than anyone. If the finances don't match up, why would they do that?
But I just told you, what if the finances do match?
If they do, then it's fine. But what if they don't, Jamie?
Well, yeah, but okay. What if my aunt had balls? She'd be my uncle, right? So these are all things that we can contemplate.
And
we got here because it was a hypothetical question to begin with. So I gave you a hypothetical answer to a hypothetical
I don't
question.
even know where we started anymore.
I gave you a response.
Marshy, would you stick around for the trophy or not?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I'd stick around, maybe. You know.
Just saying, man.
I just think that
the offense in itself ain't going to be that hill of beans.
So if you're a pitcher that hasn't won yet, and you're on
if we were talking about a free agent
terrible
pitcher,
team,
a free agent pitcher,
yeah.
Hey, man,
like Paul Skeens.
Okay.
If he becomes a free agent, I know the Dodgers are they've already kind of signed him.
They're going to offer him $200 million for 5 years, and the Cardinals going to say, we'll give you $85 million for 10.
Paul Skeens'
but look at this offense we have.
Kerry, let me.
You kidding me, man?
Whatever, dude. So tired of you today. How much time we got left?
Let me ask you another hypothetical question.
Here we go.
If the Cardinals, during this rebuild, could win the World Series with internal options, they could do that, or they could spend money on a star player and win the World Series. You'd probably rather go with the star player, right?
I would, knowing that I can win the World Series with my own lower price guys, sign me up for spending way more money just because.
That's not the way to do it.
No?
No, man.
Somebody last week disagreed with us.
You don't spend more money, you get the same dang on record.
Well, Kerry, you said at the beginning of the show, it's not our money.
It's not.
It's actually
not.
That's, you're right.
It's fun money.
Yeah. It's monopoly money.
All right, we got time for one more?
Sure.
Question number 3.
All right, so Grant Francis fan club earlier in the show brought this up. I did see this over the weekend, but he texted in, did you see Darren Dreger's report that the Blues almost made a deal with the Ducks involving Thomas Parayko and McTavish? And we also got a text from the 314. What do you think it'll take to get that McTavish center dude from Anaheim?
I don't know. I can't imagine there was a deal where Thomas and Parayko are going to Anaheim for what? Half the team?
For McTavish.
For McTavish? Healthy scratch in the playoffs? Really? Interesting. If the Blues wanted to get a McTavish, Anaheim's still in not a rebuild, but they're in a very big youth movement. You'd probably have to move, Dalibor Dvorsky and another young player, or maybe one of the draft picks that you have in the first round this year. I don't think it would be astronomical because the team's not happy with him, and he's got a pretty hefty paycheck too, which means the Ducks would probably like to get away from said paycheck. I don't see I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if I see Parayko as part of that deal. Somebody made up a rumor last year following the deadline that Parayko is interested in going somewhere in the Western Conference. What? What? The kid didn't even want to get traded ever, anywhere. And never have he's never talked about it in his life. We're making up crap.
I'm hearing.
Yeah, hearing. Doug Armstrong has a cell phone. Oh, okay.
It's actually a walkie-talkie.
All right, we'll have part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack when we come back again. That number's 314-399-9646. More right here on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. A lot to talk about today, sports related on a Monday. We touched on the Carolina Hurricanes winning the Stanley Cup. The New York Knicks, they win their first NBA title since 1973. The Cardinals lost 2 of 3 to the Twins. They'll take on the Padres tonight. 6:45 first pitch with Dustin May on the mound. We also had interviews with Mark Sweeney, Jim Montgomery, and Jeremy Rutherford. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. If there's anything we haven't talked about, well, send us a question. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. We'll answer those questions next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh. And the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack coming up right now.
Question number 4.
All right, from the 314, I am not a soccer fan by any means, but I've loved watching the World Cup so far. Do you guys agree that the intensity/passion of playoff games in any sport can make watching the sport enjoyable, even if you don't necessarily enjoy it normally?
I think that's a guarantee. I think you're getting the athletes' best in playoff time or championship or World Cup or whatever you want to call it. And you're also getting that fan base or that population. You're getting their best, too, because it's the most important game. So, yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think playoffs and World Cup, or whenever you have the best players on a team, working for a common goal, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's playoff hockey, playoff basketball, football, World Cup, it is... You're trying to win a gold medal, or you're trying to win a championship. You're going to get the best effort from those players. This is what you play for, right? To win a championship, to win a gold. It's always going to be more exciting to see those guys, because in most instances, if you lose, you go home for the year. If it's hockey, if it's basketball, baseball, season's over. Only one team, and same thing with hockey with the World Cup. Same thing with the Olympics. Only one team can say we won it all. And so you're getting the best effort from everyone, and it does make it more fun, in my opinion.
I think what's cool about the World Cup is, I'm sure there were some Europeans who came here not expecting much, because the United States isn't, we're not known for soccer in terms of sports, so they probably had some
MLS.
Yeah, we do. We do.
What are you doing? You got Major League Soccer
too at the Family Arena.
Come on, man.
That is
real soccer.
That is a great arena. Loved watching the River Otters play back in the day.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Steam.
The Steamers.
Steamers? Yeah.
Just played at the old arena.
Yeah, right off 40.
You heard it here first. These two think that soccer's bigger than football, baseball, basketball.
In the world, it is.
And hockey in the United States.
In the world?
In the world, it is, yeah.
The world, it is.
They have something called the World Cup, too, Marshy.
Yeah. It's for the world.
Yeah. Just check it out. I think you'd love it.
Anyways, I think maybe there were some people not from here that had some preconceived notions that we couldn't put on a good show. And I think they are happily surprised.
Yeah.
And I think the United States we're having fun seeing all these other, people of different nations having fun with their teams. We mentioned Scotland and them taking over Fenway Park. I find that to be cool.
Yeah. Do you find it weird, though, that the World Cup is so spread out geographically? I think it feels that way. I wish it was a little closer so that, I don't know, like when they're like 3 states that you'd have there so that all of these, but maybe there'd be way too many people in one area. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it'd be fun to have all the, but then I just thought about, oh my goodness. It could
congestion. It'd be
think
ridiculous.
They're not playing all of the games here in the United States. Like North America is the host, so they got games in Mexico and Canada. Have you seen?
No, they're not playing.
Like, what is the vibe up in Canada for some of the games?
Well, they showed a video the other day. It was crazy. It was like 50,000 people walking down the street, all in like Team Canada, like the Canadian flag, and like for supporting the soccer. I was like, my goodness. People are reacting the same, I think, all over the place. I know a couple of people here in town. I was talking to a buddy of mine today, and he's super jacked up. He's headed off to Kansas City to go watch a couple of World Cup games. And the best team he's going to see is Argentina while he's there, but he doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. I'll get the chance to watch 2 different games. It's going to be awesome.
314 says, don't forget the Vipers.
Oh, that was a roller hockey
The roller team.
Yeah. I remember that. Bernie Federko coached that team, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Perry Turnbull was a part of it.
Very cool.
Household names.
All right. I believe it.
Question number 5.
All right, from the 618, we can talk contract extensions now that Anthony's gone.
Oh, my.
What would a Walker extension look like if he keeps this up for the rest of the year? Would you extend him? Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is yes, but it has to be like teams only extend players when they think they're going to get a deal. Like, for Jordan Walker, it might be in his best interest to say, no, I'm good. I'm
cool, brother.
Tell you what, BD3, I'm going to wait this one out a little bit.
I'll see you in a couple of years. We can get back to this conversation. I
would. If I was the Cardinals, I'd say, hey, look to his agent. Like,
you got to approach him.
Yeah, what does it look like for you guys?
Yeah, but I don't think, he's got, 2 more years? I don't know 2 more years of arbitration before he's a free agent? Yeah.
That's it?
Maybe 3. I don't know. Who the hell knows, Jamie? Who really knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, if you're the Cardinals, your job, if you're Chaim Bloom, is to find out what it looks like and if they'd even entertain it at this point. Like we said, Kerry, he might say, no, I'm good. Just keep throwing me that arbitration number because his arbitration number is going to look way different.
It's going to look really good next year.
Yeah, it's going to look.
He's making $7.99 this year.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be 7 digits.
Oh, it's going to, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So the answer is yes. Just not sure if they'd be willing to dance with us at this point.
Yeah.
Question number 6.
All right, Chester texted in. Now that the Not My Whalers have won, who does Jamie have as the favorite next year to win the Stanley Cup?
I'm going to go, I'd say the Florida Panthers, but I don't know who their goalie's going to be. Bobrovsky is going to be an unrestricted free agent. I have heard rumblings of the Florida Panthers wanting to acquire Jordan Binnington. I've heard rumblings of the Florida Panthers kicking the tires on other goaltenders as well, Connor Hellebuck being one of them. So if they don't have the goalie, it makes it more difficult, but that Panthers team is going to be completely healthy, and they're also going to get a really good draft pick, and they've got some good young players that are coming up through the grapevine there. I'm going to go back with the Panthers.
To win it all next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carry your thoughts.
Not your St. Louis Blues? I'm going with the Oilers.
Oh, my.
Oh.
What?
They got a guy. Got a couple guys.
Yeah. If they're still there.
Yeah, it got to get done. They still under contract, Jamie. I didn't say 2 years from now. I didn't say 3 years from now. I said next year, damn it.
That's a bold prediction.
Is
there a team out there that have not been, at least in the conference finals as of recent, that you could see making a push to win the Stanley Cup?
Minnesota. I think Minnesota's going to make a big push in the offseason. You got one more year of Quinn Hughes. Bill Guerin, we know he's going to be uber aggressive out there on the open market, or whether it be even trades or whatnot. So I can see the Minnesota Wild doing something. They've got a couple of good goaltenders there as well. I can see that happening.
I mean, yeah, they have a good team, but they play Minnesota, and you guys know, I said it before the show, I named off all those players that left and then won somewhere else. I just don't see it happening.
And, you know,
there
once was a team called the Minnesota North Stars.
That left and then won.
And they actually got rid of the entire team and went and won a Stanley Cup in Dallas.
Marshy was telling us about all the people that left Minnesota.
Isn't that crazy?
Marshy was breaking it down. Might be a Minnesota curse.
He was emotional about it.
Yeah, he's naming all the people that have left Minnesota and then won a championship within a couple of years.
Yeah.
It was Cat, Sam Darnold, Kevin
Wiggins,
Love.
Andrew Wiggins.
He wasn't even mentioned, but yeah, he ended up winning too.
Yeah. Mike Modano.
Garnett, Big Poppy. People forget that Big Poppy played for the Twins before he went to the Red Sox.
Might be a Minnesota curse, man.
Well,
Vikings.
There's only one team that I like from that city, so at least I don't like all of them.
Well, they haven't won either, so it's definitely cursed.
Oh,
well, you know
what? Was I wrong?
The New York Knicks can win after 50 years, and your St. Louis Blues can win after 50 years. Why can't those Vikings?
I don't know.
One way to look at it, brother.
And it's been a hot minute since they've been in it, too.
One way to look at it.
Oh, man.
Keep up the positivity, man. Yeah. I'm with you there.
Do we have one more? Or are we done?
Was that not question 6?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I think it was.
Of course,
Of course you weren't paying attention, man.
Oh, okay. What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
You have no idea either, see?
Paying attention? I know you weren't paying attention.
Well,
that's what I know.
Whatever, dude. All right, we're going to close up the show. When we come back, criticisms and compliments and 3 stars of the day here on 101 ESPN. America is turning 250 this year, and my friends over at Circus Sports, they're celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. That's right. For everyone in Missouri, you qualify. And all you got to do is, one, download the Circus Sports app. Get on there, the App Store or the Google Play Store. It's a white logo. That is the state of Missouri. Click on that, sign up, and deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then, once you play through that deposit, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right back into your account so you can continue to have fun and get in on all the action. I mean, Circus Sports is sports betting the way it should be. They got great odds, the best odds of any app that's out there. Great lines on futures bets, tight money line splits. They've got high betting limits, too, and they celebrate their winners. They don't cap you off or shut you down. No, they say, keep going, man. We're happy for you. That's what you get when you download and use the Circus Sports app. So please get out there right now, download, enjoy $250 from Circus Sports. Can't beat that. Love hearing that. And remember, though, you must be 21 or older and in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. back here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Great show today. We had lots of fun. Big announcement from the Blues. They've hired 2 assistant coaches. So we had the head coach, Jim Montgomery, on talking about that. We had our guy, Mark Sweeney, on talking about the Cardinals and what's going on there. We also had Jeremy Rutherford on to recap the day that was with the St. Louis Blues. If you missed any of that, you can always download the podcast. That, of course, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Criticisms, compliments. Marshy, go.
Alrighty.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, Curb Stomp says, today's show as a whole, biting into a fart, was an absolute Tarzan banger. Monty's energy has me wanting the season to start today. Way to start the week strong. Go Cardinals.
Hey, thank you, Curb Stomp.
Lisa says, have a great night, guys.
Thank you, Lisa.
Swan, great show today, guys. First show I've got to listen to in a long time. I've missed you guys and your quick wit. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Everybody's so positive today, Carey. You should try it.
I've been trying.
Mahomes.
Not doing all good.
This one's funny. Mahomes long body. Hell of a job running point today, Jamie. You did a way better job at the point than De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, man. Oh,
De'Aaron Fox is struggling, man. He had a rough NBA Finals, man.
He had a rough go.
Yeah, it happens, though, man. Hey, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Too bad.
You guys ready for 3 stars?
Yeah, Marshy, throw us those 3 stars, baby.
All right.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to that McDouble and McChicken.
Yeah. What was that called again, Marshy?
Our 2nd star of the day goes out to Anthony's private jet.
Yeah, man. Private jet. He'll be taking it on Wednesday to go up to the penthouse in New York to
selfish bugger.
overlook the parade for the Knicks.
That's those parades.
Yeah. And our 1st star of the day goes out to this.
That was our head coach, man. St. Louis Blues, Jim Montgomery, who was fired up. You can hear him pounding his chest at the very end there. Good for Monty, man. I'm happy for him. It was a heck of a day here. You're stuck with us for the rest of the week because, Anthony, 1, we were tired of his attitude, but 2, he's headed off to New York on Wednesday on that jet. So,
don't forget the helicopter, too.
He's got the plane.
You got to fly the private jet to the airport, then take
But I heard the building
helicopter.
that he has the penthouse in, I heard the helicopter's complimentary. Because they
Oh,
got
it
the
comes
helipad.
with the... Okay.
It's part of your HOA fees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Helicopter.
Is it for everybody, or do they all get their own helicopter?
That I don't know.
Okay. So it's like, if it's not being used, you can utilize it.
It's kind of like
a 15, 20 mile
like the swing
radius.
set outside of an apartment building.
Okay.
Like it's not yours per se, but it's your building's.
But if
it's available,
you go ahead.
You can go down and play.
Okay. Makes sense.
The community helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. It'd be great.
It's awesome.
It'd be great. Your Cardinals play tonight. They got the Padres in town looking to win the series here. A tough one against the Twins to give 2 wins to the Twins and put up so many runs. It's got to hurt.
Jamie, it's a team game. The Cardinals know it. The pitching staff knows it. They'll be better.
Yeah.
Starting tonight. It's on you, Dustin May.
Dustin
I believe
May on the
These
bump.
guys, they may or may not, but I believe in Dustin May.
You do you?
I do. Said it time and time again,
You
man.
sure are Peter positive here today.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Huh.
I'm trying.
I feel like you're setting us up. I feel like you're going to just be a real a-hole the rest of the week. You know? Just thinking.
Got to start the week off on a good foot.
Yeah. Keep us off balance.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, that'll do it for us here today in the Fast Lane. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Enjoy your family, your friends, and we will see you tomorrow.